cats cannon low. We spill the tea, we spill the wine. Have the stories it goes in half a mind. We laugh and cry, we overshare too long. Podcast every now, just double the crutch. Double Trouble Live, with twice the mess. Double Trouble Live, no stress, just yes. We got hot takes, bad breaks, and zero seal. Double Trouble Live, coming at you for the thrill. Oh yeah, Double Trouble Live.
Hello, hello. Welcome to Double Trouble Live. I'm Kieran Thornton here with my co-host and co-gambler for our, what do we call it now? Our GAMBLECAST?
It is now called a GAMBLECAST. I thought that was I can't believe we didn't even come up with that. We saw that in an article that somebody else wrote about watching live wagering during the NFL draft.
Yeah.
And we said, hey, this is exactly what we do. And the DTL crew does. So yeah. GAMBLECAST.
GAMBLECAST, live gambling. How you doing, Frank?
I'm doing great, man. You must be shot out of a cannon, Kieran. You haven't had attention in 7 days.
Oh, well, I had plenty of attention elsewhere that I didn't want it.
Unwanted attention.
Yeah, I was gonna post this earlier to tell people where we were gonna be on Friday, and Frank was like, "I am not being associated," and retweeting that post, but I'm still gonna stick it up here.
I had no objections to that, except your bear bleep. Nobody needs to see that.
I was actually gonna put a tattoo on it. Beat Frank.
And then a big heart, DTL Crew on the other cheek.
There we go.
Oh my God, that is awesome. I love it.
What a tough sequence, Frank. And I mean, the scratches just made it even tougher. Like I know we kind of talked briefly before the show started, but I was really happy with how I set my ticket up today, my tickets, but then some key scratches, a horse that I was going to rely on in the last race got scratched, and yikes. I mean, I was looking to spend some good money on my tickets today, Frank, because this looked like it was going to pay. And man, the long shots that I've hit in the first 3 races, holy smokes. I think we had our first favorite win finally in the last race.
Yeah, it was like $40, $34, $30, and then I think you said the chalk just won the left. But yeah, I still think it's a very good sequence and a very competitive.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I am also very disappointed because, and again, this goes to our point that we've talked about all the time. I did all this work last night. So did you. We had our bets all ready to go, and we wake up and the 9th race is decimated with scratches. So all that work we've done, whoop, out the window. So that's kind of the message we've been trying to tell people. Like, yeah, you can do your handicapping, but you can't get married to anything until race day, until you know what's going on. So
yeah, even this leg, my top pick in this leg scratched. It was a 5-1, Little Raymond, and I was like, I had to take it, centered around that one. I was going to do some more stuff, and that just blew that whole thing out. So I mean, I guess we can throw up our tickets. I couldn't get smart. I ended up having to go caveman on the all turf, Frank. I tried and I tried, and even then, like my earlier ticket, I was kind of tight, and then I was going to come back and modify in the pick 3. But when I got down to doing this, I was like, I just got a caveman, and I can't get any smarter.
I went caveman myself, so I don't blame you. I just want to say, because Kira mentioned we talked a little bit before the show, and we did, just a sort of public service announcement out there, because I've been burned by this so many times. When you have a race where you have your strong single, what I call an A, and then you have 3 or 4 or 5 Bs, because if my A doesn't win, it's one of these 4. When your A scratches, so you go from having a strong opinion in the race to having no opinion, because your thought was, well, if the A doesn't win, then 5, 6, 7 others can win. And now you're put in a situation where you built your whole ticket around singling that horse, and now you have to decide between 5 horses which ones you want to use. Otherwise, your ticket's going to be ridiculously expensive. So a lot of times it's just smarter to pass in those races. But, Kieran's never passed a race in his life.
Here we go. Degenerate. I was like, oh well, I'm spending $144 on this ticket. So be it. And you know what sucks too with that scratch is I really did not like the favorite in here, Jimmy Wingfield. I mean, I used it reluctantly, but you know, when my key horse got scratched out, I mean, when I originally went through and did this race, Frank, my preference was 6, 7, 10, 1, 2. And here I am now, you know, I have to throw in, you know, the chalk. And it got to that point. I was like, do I want to spend a lot of money when what's probably going to happen now is this chalk's going to win and just suck all the value out of the tickets. So
that is a very good point. I will say this, though. I don't think Little Raymond was going to be as high as 5-1. No. So you don't have to feel too bad. But I do disagree with you about the 2. I thought the 2 was absolutely a legitimate contender. I did not want to try to beat the 2, but at the same time, I didn't think the 2 was a standout by any stretch of the imagination. So I had originally had 2 Little Raymond, I think it was the 5, and then the 7 is my A's, and then I had the 1 as a B. Now my A's are 2, 7, 1. So to your point, I had to add another horse in the race that I, wanted to use underneath. As on my B tickets, but now I'm using that horse as an A ticket. So kind of wasting money on a horse that I didn't really love to be an A in the first place. But with the scratch of Little Raymond, I want to have that coverage because now the race becomes a little more confusing.
And then the last leg, I mean, I was building a ticket around singling Resolve, that I thought, I mean, a lot of people weren't going to jump on it just because of the seconditis. And
yes, you saved money.
I mean, I probably did save money, but I ended up having to scramble a little because I had tickets, our handcuffing thing, and that kind of got thrown out the window because my also wise guy picks scratched as well. I'm like, oh my God.
So Kieran is basically just spending the whole first 5 minutes of the show letting everybody know that if he doesn't hit today, it's not his fault. It's the steward's fault for scratching all these horses.
I'm totally going to hit. Here's yours.
Yeah, we are going to hit. I love it. So look, we talked about that last race. You wanted to plant a flag, and then we'll get into this race because we got 15 minutes. But real quick, you wanted to plant a flag with Resolve. I had actually wanted to beat Resolve. To your point, I mean, yes, everyone knows the horse's seconditis. This was probably the weakest field that he was facing, so he had a very, very good chance to finally get through. But at the same time, I wanted to try to be alive to a couple of price horses in that leg, and then use Resolve on my backup tickets. So my top pick was actually the 9, who I am now singled to. But I also had the Meissen Queen as an A as well. But that horse is scratched now too. So.
Yeah, I had the Meissen Queen as well. I thought that was a sneaky one. And I mean,
well, you liked 9 as well. I remember.
How do you not use Jaramillo second off the layoff, Shipper? But I did say long shot ticket. I ended up putting
the horse is a long shot, no doubt about it. But
my long shot actually in that race is the 10, Frank, Lavender Love. 1 on dirt, but it's one
for me on dirt. I had her that day, and a nice price, 5-1.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the 10-1 morning line was crazy, and it should be 4-1. So when we had all those scratches out, I was like, you know what? I got to kind of make that one now my top pick in there. Wow. I know the money's probably going to all go on Take Another Card. I mean, I was nothing wrong with the horse, and Fresh Shoe
fine. I agree.
Stayed with this horse, but it wasn't like I really have to bet that one.
Well, Kieran, I'm glad. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say I'm glad you mentioned Lavender Love because as I was looking through when I was redoing my tickets, and I'm scanning through that race, I had originally made Lavender Love an X because I liked other horses, and given the scenario that I was envisioning, I didn't think she had a chance. The way the race was carded and filled, but now today, looking at it, I'm going to have to pivot in my later bets. I'm not going to change my all turf, because I don't want to spend more money with all these scratches. Yes. But Lavender Love is absolutely sneaky in there.
And then that last race, Frank, it's been run 20 times. That equivalent race. The favorite is 2 of 20, 5-1 plus 60% of the time. So it's like a bomb shopper. You go looking for bombs, and I mean, not saying the favorite won't win, but it's another one of those races where we go. That's where we kind of look for a long shot, and that race made sense to look for one.
Yeah, I think Take Another Card will end up going favorite, and that horse does not have to win, to your point. But anyway, we should start looking. But DTL Crew, welcome. As you know, the next race, race 6, is kind of a dead race for the show. We will get to all the comments. We will start some new and interesting discussions, some ideas Kieran and I have been kicking around for the show. And we'll have 30 minutes to do it after this race, but we got to get serious here because there's money to be made. So let's look at the pools, the tote, who's favored, who's taking the money, all that good stuff.
I mean, Jimmy, 3-2. Yeesh. And I mean, let's look at our favorite, I mean, these pick fives are probably going to pay huge with the bombs and oh my word. Look at the lowest.
They're all covered though. They're all covered.
Everything's covered. The lowest is 9,000 to this chalk on the pick five.
Oh, that's that favorite in the previous race.
Kind of screwed everything up. I mean, what would have been great if that chalk had gone down because it was the first leg in the pick six, we would have seen those robots chasing a little bit more in these later sequences. They may still do that as well. They probably spend a lot of money on that. Those are some interesting prices in the first couple of legs today.
Well, look, if the 4 or the 5 win, there's only 2 tickets, both at 100, both paying 108, because the total pool was 379, and the 4 and the 5 are playing 108. So that's actually no, that might be 3 tickets, right? Yeah, that's 3 tickets alive to those horses. And you're right, it's only 9,000. I'd be a little disappointed in that.
Yeah, that's for those prices. That seems very, very light. The double, the 2 is dominant, 10-20. The 1 looks like the 1 is the second choice, Frank. 6-1 on the board, paying 17-80. Then the 3, which I didn't have at all, 18-40.
Wow, and the 3 is an X, Kieran.
I mean, what did I write for the 3?
Nope.
No, I stopped doing that.
I know. I'm joking. I'm teasing. You got burned once on the nope double.
I learned my lesson. I'm still going to write something. I mean, on the last show we did last week, it was because of one of the notes that kept me alive into the last race. Because before I would have had nope, and then I wrote some information, and when there was scratches that happened, I was like, you know what? Now there's enough of a reason to throw that horse in. I just put debut horse with Bayes riding for an 11% stable. I didn't toss it, but I'm shocked it's getting the money it's getting.
Anyone out there have any info on the first-time starter? I know Charlie is very good with workouts. McCarthy is very capable with these types. I've seen him and Bayes team up before, but now we have to look at that horse, Kieran, because we were operating under the assumption that we were going to use Little Raymond. Now that Little Raymond is out and we're using the market signals that this horse is extremely live, I might have to pivot and do another, because I'm not spending that much money in my all turf. I can afford to use that horse.
And my sneaky pivot horse in this one was the Jaramillo horse for Gaines. It's got no love in the double, no love in the pick 3. The pick 3 is essentially $70 for the 2, $132 for the 1, and everyone's up in the 200. Oh, well, the 3 again. The 3 is the sneaky one. If I'm going to pivot here, Frank, I might have to do something with the 3.
That's what I just said.
It's getting
5 minutes ago.
it's just getting across the pools too much money to ignore, And Bayes is actually, I think he won a race earlier on one of the price horses, so he's starting he's starting to heat up a little, And we talk about when coal jockeys heat up, you want to start jumping on them before everyone else does.
I'm just going to call it out loud right now as I type, but my pivot is, I'm just going to add the 3 to that first leg there. So, but I'm going to come back 3 with 11, 4, 2, 8 with 9. So I'm going to use 4 horses in the first leg. In fact, I'm just going to revise that entire ticket, Kieran. So let me take that down. Where is that? I'm going to hide that. And I'm going to edit this to reflect the pivot, absolutely throwing in the 3. That's why we do the show. One of the horses that Kieran and I both really liked was scratched. And this first-time starter is taking money that you would want to see on a live first-time starter. So we'd be stupid to get beat by this horse because we have the info.
Absolutely. Yep. I mean, we cannot let this horse beat us.
So 16 times 3 is what?
48.
48. So I'm going to put that up on the board.
And I almost goofed putting my ticket in, Frank. So, and I've kind of done it before. I was like, why is it not showing the $3 minimum? Because I went off the regular betting menu and not the all-turf one. I've actually made that mistake. I've made that mistake a couple of times and did, $3. I was like, oh, this is weird. What did I do wrong? Let's see.
That would be a very difficult lesson to learn because if you hit it. All right. So I'm going to also put my pivot. Are you going to work on a pivot here, Kieran? But here, right?
Yeah,
here,
my pivot is just going to be 3 with 2, 7, 11 with. I'm trying to decide how much money I want to spend going into the last leg. I think I'll just
have an ADW be able to embed their platform into our studio, so we can just fire away and show everybody what, instead of having to type it and then place it. Because now I got to place my bet.
I think what I'm going to do on that last leg, Frank, because I mean, there's nothing wrong with the horse that we know is probably going to end up being the dominant chalk, take another card. I'm just going to use 9 and 10 on that last leg, so I'm going to spend another $18 on my ticket.
So you're going to use the 9 that I like?
I had it on backup tickets, and I didn't. I mean, I liked the 10 on top, so it was like my down the list of horses. But why not? You know, I mean, I'm doing a long shot ticket, so I'm firing away that way.
I was going to say that's what I wanted to clarify that, because you're not going to use the horse that's probably going to go off favored. You're going to use the 9, who I also like, and the 10. That could pay very nicely. Yeah,
I mean, if I'm going to spend a little bit more money on this ticket, I don't want to get $108 pick 3. You know what I mean? I may as well swing and get paid for taking the extra gamble here in this leg.
Okay, 11, 4, 2, 8. I almost messed up and used Pavel is appealing in the middle leg of the all turf when I want Kiku ride. So that would have been an expensive mistake. And I'm going to single my 9. So there you go. There's my $48 ticket, just putting it in. And then, you know, if we whiff or if we're wrong, whatever, we can come back and we have the $3 late pick 3 and the $5 late double.
And so we were talking about doing something new. This was one of the races. So we've talked about doing more win bets on the show. And so I was actually going to start off on this race, Frank, where I'm going to try and parlay money from each race using win, place, and show bets. So for this race, I'm looking at doing a $15 win on the 7 and the 10, and then coming back and doing a $10 win show on the 7. So I'm going to spend $50, and then the goal for that is whatever winnings I have between all those bets, roll it into the next race and see if I can build up some money. Maybe I'll pay for the late double doing this.
Kieran, I'm going to call this the Kieran special parlay. So can I put up what it is here?
Yes.
So people can follow along?
Yep.
I'm not going to piggyback with you on that. I might do what you're doing, but I might do it for races 7, 8, and 9.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get suckered into betting the 6th race, the dead race.
I got you.
But,
absolutely.
Yeah. So, but I like where you're going. I think that's actually a very good idea, because we've been burned a few times on the show where we've had horses we've liked that we didn't back up on the win pool, and they ended up losing or winning, and then we got busted out of our other tickets, so we didn't make up money on the horses we like. So $15 to win. Which horses?
7 and 10.
So a double win bet on the 7 and the 10, and then there was something else, right?
And then I'm going to come back and do a win show on the 7 as well, $10. So I'm spending $50 total in this race.
And how much is the win show?
Win show is $10. Win show just on the number 7.
10 win / show 7. So that's 30. Yeah, that's $50.
$50. Total. Yeah. So I mean, the idea behind this is it's a lower takeout bet, and we've got some other tracks that may not offer the bets that we like to do, Frank, but they do it in the win play show pool. So try.
Right. Sorry, but this is very important. You only want to do this at tracks where they cut the CAWs off.
Correct.
With 2 minutes to post or 1 minute to post.
You will not see me doing this at Keeneland or places like that. Absolutely.
Right. Because you do not want to bet a 6-to-1 shot who goes off at 7-2.
Correct. So the middle leg.
But why the double win bet?
Just I wanted to do 50. It was going to be a 3-horse bet, but the 6 scratched, so I had to kind of modify the bet a little to get to the 50. And I wasn't going to do the favorite in here.
And they're both good prices, right? I mean, I'm refreshing.
Correct. Yeah, we're looking at so the 7 here is 6-to-1, and the 10 is 9-to-1. I'll take both of those. And the reason I'm using this 10 in here, Frank. Ricky for Phil, first time turf, and Phil is 20% for a profit on this move. My notes were
and he's on fire.
Yeah, must use, and he's starting to. I mean, we've talked about it. Phil was cold. Yeah, Phil's heating up. He's getting ready for the.
He's not heating up. He's already hot.
Yes.
I mean, look at it. I mean, 38% already, and this probably doesn't include yesterday or whatever. But we knew this though. Andy Mathis, we knew he wasn't going to go cold forever. He won 3 races on one day.
Yep.
Yeah.
The middle leg, though, Frank, I really like the horse, but it's scratched. Too bad. Do you have a price in that middle leg that you liked? I mean, I just ended up going the Mathis horse, Goodnight Nelly. I thought Caesar Belmont's riding. They're 0 for 6, but they won on Friday. I thought the distance would be right. And I said, have to use is this trainer will and is starting to heat up. And, simple as that. And
you're talking about race 7?
Yeah, race 7, Goodnight Nelly, the number 2. And
I'm using her, but I mean, look, I have zero opinion in that race. I think if Crystal Clean was drawn inside, I think she has single potential, but because she's not, and let's say she gets a bad trip, I have 4-2 and the 8 as well.
And then we kind of mentioned on the other show, I said Caesar Belmont's a jockey to watch. Radar Rob said he really liked him, but and I've mentioned how Phil is using him a lot in the mornings. He's actually the jockey who breezes Gold Phoenix now, Frank. He's breezed them the last.
I know. And I told everybody over the summer that I was talking to Derek Lawson, who used to be Pratt's agent, and he told me Caesar Belmont, who is also French, is Pratt 2.0. So we were, but then he was not winning for a very long time. But look what happened. Didn't he win 3 races or 2 races in a day?
And he's starting to. And it's one of those things. It's just a matter of getting the right mounts, and now he's starting to get those. His work. People don't realize it takes a long time to break into Southern California, and he's doing the work.
Yeah, he's like 20 years old too. He doesn't speak English. Like, it's taken him a long time to build up his business. But you know what? That's probably a function of his work ethic. The fact that Bill D'Amato is using him on Gold Phoenix tells you everything you need to know about this kid's potential.
And excellent works. Just a side note, 58.5 this morning, Frank, for Gold Phoenix, working out behind 3 stablemates and smoked them. So the plan is he's entered in the Old Forester Kentucky Derby Day next weekend. If the weather's good, he's going to ship on Tuesday.
Wow.
But he may stay home and run out of the barn at Santa Anita in the stakes race.
On Saturday?
Yeah, the Whittingham. So I'm not traveling to the Derby this year. So I'm torn on what I want.
For rain?
Yeah, well, there always is, and it sucks. I mean, I think there's rain in the forecast if I looked, but you never know in Kentucky.
All right, well, we're going to back out because they're at the gate, okay? Good luck, everybody. DTL Crew, we're going to get back and get to everyone's comments. We want to know who's alive for what and what we like later on. So stand by. Good luck, everybody. Favorite got the perfect setup right there, huh?
And the 7 just kept tossing the head. Like, that's definitely a horse to watch next out. The Jaramillo horse. That horse was just
7 ran huge.
Yeah. So I mean, that might be a horse. Blinkers next out, perhaps.
No, there was blinkers today.
Oh, it was. Then they're taking the blinkers off. Then I didn't realize.
Yeah, I just think it was all the company surrounding the horse. The horse never had a break. Was like between horses and up on a hot pace, and I mean, just dug it. How good is Jaramillo?
Yeah, I mean, most other jockeys, that horse would have finished way off the board.
Way off.
I mean,
he kept the horse together.
Yep.
Not only that, but he ended up out finishing the horse inside and the horse outside, who had every right to go by him. And
if you are not a Jaramillo fan, you don't judge them by their wins. That was a great job by Jaramillo on that horse, just to get it to finish second with all the issues with the horse. Yeah, great.
I thought
great rider.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't have a show on this one. I was thinking, but that's all right.
I did. I have a win show. So
I thought you just did win show on the 10. No, maybe I typed it wrong.
No, you typed it was win on the 7 and the 10 and win show on the 7.
Oh, you're right. It was the 7. Oh, nice. Excellent.
So
I mean, it's not going to be great, but at least you have some money to parlay.
At least to experiment, I get some.
No, I'm not criticizing you at all.
No, I didn't go down in flames. That's
because I don't know if this is right or wrong. I would have learned myself today.
But
at least you have some money to go forward with.
That win would have paid very nice, though. That's for sure.
Yes, it would have. Yes, it would have.
That would have paid for the pivot. Van Gogh had some issues as well. Where did that end up finishing? I didn't see. Nowhere.
I got to go back and watch the replay of this race because there was a lot going on. I don't know why Winkfield was a million miles back.
Yep. The 10 got taken out on the turn. Like, I thought the 10 was moving up very nicely, and then whatever happened, all of a sudden it was out at the outer rail. Just got knocked out on the turn.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, and look, these are. Let's see. Yeah, this was a 6 furlong race. Not that these are young horses, because there are some older horses in here, but they're lightly raced. So there was a lot going on there. Bumping, 4 horses, dueling. You're going to get some good trips out of that race. So something to pay attention to.
Well, I got $21 back for my $50 spend, but at least I got $21.
Well, that was, I guess I'm trying to understand the strategy myself, so that maybe you were like, well, if my long shots win, I got a lot of money to play with.
Correct.
If one of them just shows, I get some money back that I can just reinvest again.
Yeah, and it's one of those things I've kind of done on some of those small tournaments I've been playing, and I've had pretty good success where, I did a minimum bet, and it was the show money that kept me alive, and then I made a big move because I had some ammo because I was doing that. So I figured, give it a whirl here on the show. Yeah. Maybe it should have been win place, but the price was good enough where it got me out. I mean, it paid $4.20 for the show, which is not too shabby.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Actually, I'm
not always going to do win show. There might be times where I'll do just win. Maybe I'll just do place. Right. So that's playing around with an idea. And the DTL Crew can chime in as well and say, "Hey, dumb, don't do it that way."
Yeah. I mean, we're always trying to find new strategies and get an edge, but traditionally people do a show parlay. Everybody kicks in $10 and you try to run that show parlay through the whole card. Mm-hmm. And that's just a fun community type thing that, friends do at the track or whatever. Kieran's used a little bit of the win show wager as part of his tournament strategy. So look, is there a way to combine the two things? I don't know. I really don't, but I think it's kind of fun. I think, though, if you're doing it, you probably do want to include show because you don't want to get busted out of your parlay, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. The whole point of the parlay is to keep it alive.
Correct. And then try and build till you get later in the card. Like for this race now, Frank, I'm going all in on the number 5 was my plan. Whatever I won, I was doing all in on the number 5. We can actually see if the 5 is what I thought. Will pays into this race, Frank. I know it's a dead race. Oh, geez. The 4.
There's no such thing as a dead race for you, Kieran.
Yes. The 4, dominant on the double, $11.80. The 6, $21.60. And the 5 at $22. Wow. I did not see that. And on the pick 3, Frank, the 4 is dominant at 12.90. Oh, actually, no. The 6 got the Papa Drama horse. Got a lot of play on both pools. And the horse that I thought would be a single, the 5, is kind of deadish. It's 3rd in the betting, but not where I would have thought that horse would be. Might have to reevaluate my plan. But then again,
yeah, why don't you start thinking about that and how you want to do it? And I'll go through my favorite part of the show and Kieran's least favorite part of the show. Can I get to the comments, or you want to?
No, you can take over now. You have my permission.
Thanks, boss. This is where me and Mark Gelding take over the show. All right, DTL Crew, welcome back. Next week, big week coming up. All right, Jay, our friend Jay, I love this. He gets $3.50 beers in Nebraska, and now he's eating homemade peanut butter cookies. Jay is living his best life.
Yep.
Kieran, we might have to have a special DTL gathering at some point so Jay can bring these homemade peanut butter cookies.
There we go.
And we can taste them. Our man Steve-O. How good was Steve-O last week when he joined us? Love having him on the show. And Steve-O, good job with the winner at Hawthorne Park, the one that I didn't bet that day. You gave out 2 horses. I somehow forgot about the second one and bet the first one who lost.
Yep, Scatoni.
Who ran second was still good, and then you come back with a $17 winner. So congrats, man. Always great seeing you. Our man Jeff, good afternoon, guys. Welcome back. Miss you badly Friday. Oh, yeah, Kieran, been there, done that too many times. Yeah. If they switched it around and the prep was 10 seconds and the anesthesia drugs they gave you was a whole day, it would be the greatest procedure in the world.
Yep. I must say I was a little nervous about this one because I'm on the 3-year plan. The last time I did it,
yeah,
me cut too. Out 7 polyps, so I'm on the 3-year plan. But this time around, 1 micro one. So they're like, all right, you can go back to the 5. I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to keep doing the 3.
Yeah, keep doing the 3. They're like, keep doing what you're doing.
Yep.
You're like, well, every Friday and Sunday I do a GAMBLECAST, and all I do is drink and gamble for 3 hours straight.
But like they say, that's one of the most curable cancers. You just have to catch it. So, I mean, we have a good friend who ended up having it. So, I mean, it's a little inconvenience for a couple of days. That's it.
Kieran with the public service announcement. Yeah. And like, what better demographic than, most of the people who watch and listen to this show. Yeah. It's absolutely something that everybody should do, must do.
Yeah. I mean, I had Mark
who found bad stuff and had to go through some stuff.
Yeah. Mark helped me out on Thursday.
Is this enough, boss?
That is a loyal sidekick right there. I wish my sidekick had the same kind of loyalty and devotion.
Yep.
Texas Terry, yes, Sunday service, DTL GAMBLECAST, executive producer right there. SC3 Pete, hey Frank. Kieran's not gonna like this. Thanks to the Matrix. Yesterday I hit the super, just missed the high 5 on the last horse. You nailed it, straight bet. You're welcome. Here's the part where Kieran says he had those horses too.
I did not handicap the card at all. Looked at nothing, did nothing, and just chilled and relaxed. But
it was a nice family day for you, so that's good.
But, I mean, even Friday though, DTL Crew. If that was the first time we saw the double on the pick 3 down, and they were down, no DTL.
That's
degenerates
right.
On Friday, and the pool suffered. So you guys
the pool suffered without us, guys.
Yeah.
Well, we're back now. Hey, John Paley. Thanks for joining us, John. I had the pleasure of having John as a guest on my on-track Del Mar Saturday handicapping show. I forget, was it last year? I don't think it was last summer, but maybe last fall. I forget. But, John, you did a great job. Thank you for joining us, man. Appreciate your support. Here's our man, Charlie. Long time, race 5. I think the 1 found a long shot. Okay, I think I found a long shot in the 8th. Yes, we'll talk about the 8th soon. How about Steve-O? Watch the replay of me. Yep, that's my top pick in the last right there. Here's his play. Not alive though, unfortunately. He used your 10, Kieran. But you know what? That's why we come back with the rest of the wagers. Vince, thank you for joining us. Wish you guys stayed live to see your I thought he was going to say, wish you guys stayed live for Kieran's colonoscopy. That's what I was expecting.
I got the pictures if you want to see them. It's a remarkable colon.
You know what, Vince? We will take that under consideration. Maybe we'll do a poll later, Kieran, because we like to give everyone their own time to watch the race because, we're not the only ones who have money on it. And I don't know if we're rooting for a horse that someone else has and doesn't have and gets beat by a nose. But let's think about that. If you guys really want to see us watching a race and rooting our horses on, maybe, okay. We're open to everything on this show.
We'll probably have to mute ourselves when we're cursed.
Well, yeah, we might have to do that. But although, no, we don't, because we're not beholden to anybody on this show right now.
That is true.
Dictator Jay, thank you for joining us. Single the best horse, don't get there. I'm not sure which horse you're referring to, but let me know. Maybe the 7. That's who we liked also as the wise guy play. Stephen D, appreciate you always. Here we go. Peanut butter cookies. Wise to keep that monitor. Bad film he's been getting. Oh yeah, nice. DTL Crew, we love each other. So this is great. Awesome. Oh, sorry for any Blazers fans out there, but as you know, real quick here, and then we'll get serious. This hat right here was a gift to executive producer Terry Marconi from none other than the great Frank Miramati.
Oh, wow.
You want to see the hat that Frank got me? I'm still looking for it.
Yeah.
Never got one. Steve-O said Frank had the chalk in the ATP. Okay. Oh, right. The 2. I'm sorry. I was thinking the 7. That's how good the 7 round. I thought the 7 won. So, all right, Steve-O. Appreciate everybody. We should start looking at a little bit of probables going forward, right? To see who, because I thought that race was wide open. Did you have a strong opinion in that race 7?
Race 7, my strong opinion was a price horse that scratched. There was so much positive stuff and, the jockey changing all over the stuff. So, that's out the window. So I ended up just going 2, 7, 11.
Yeah, I have your all turf there. Yeah, and then here it looks like in your handy puffing the bets, you had the 1 also, but the 1 is scratched in that leg, Tiger of the Sea. Yeah. So you're still 2, 11, 7. And then massive spread to start. Right? Race 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah,
so you're with me. I think this race is so difficult.
My notes were the favorite is 24%, but this race, almost half of the time, 43% of the winners over 5-1, and almost 20% of the time, Frank, a 10-1 horse has won race 7. So I was like, yeah, especially when, I had a lot of long shots and I liked some long shots more. So I was like, I have to spread. And then, so that's where
Kieran, it's a filly and mare race. Are you surprised that long shots win? What have we been saying for the last 2 years?
Yeah. So, it wasn't a shocker.
Yeah. The filly and mare division, even the Calbreds, it's not the strongest in the world. And it's really not the strongest when it comes to open allowance horses. But
yeah, because I had, let me see, what did I say in here? Good Night Nelly, Mathis horse, Belmont rides. They're 0 for 6, but they won on Friday. I thought the distance was going to be perfect, and Mathis is starting to heat up now. He's, his whatever funk he was in, I think is over. 8, 9. Well, let me see. I'll just read through. Petite Tiger, the number 4, cuts back after just missing last out.
That's closer. My wise guy horse.
Drops today, and this jockey trainer tandem are 2 of 5 on long shots, and it made, it met the long shot criteria. So I was like, well, I got to use that one. Then you've got Clubhouse Cutie, switches to turf off a win, last out going longer. Stats start getting horrible though. Trainer's 0 for 25 going dirt to turf, but he's also winning 23%. So it was again, long shot ticket. This might be the race where he gets rid of his 0 for 25 and he's 1 for 26. Then you got Idisa, the Frazier for Phil, drops off a win and protected, and those two are winning 29%. Then we've got Kilcaride, JJ for Lewis, trainers are horrible, 8%, off a break. But JJ's on for Lewis, and they're 27%. So how do you not use that horse either? There's a lot of it could be crazy in here. You got the 9, first race since 2025. No Hara, but you got Giroux, first time Lasix. I did say could be a prep, but maybe. And then it was another note: use on the long shot ticket. So it was one of those things. It's either going to be the chalk or a crazy price. Ergo, a spread ticket.
This part of the show, for any Arrested Development fans out there, this part of the show was sponsored by the blah 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 law offices of
blah 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 blah
blah blah
blah blah blah.
Have you been wronged by handicapping shows? Have you
Yes.
been put on the wrong horse? You may be entitled to punitive damages. Call blah 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 law offices.
All right, so we've got
Dan's the first one to tell you this is not a handicapping show, as he proceeds to read an entire tome on his handicapping notes. But anyway,
we don't have a whole lot of money in the double pool, Frank. I was just looking. Oh,
okay.
We've got.
We
I
can
mean, we're
wait.
8 minutes away. We got $9,000.
Tell me about the 12, though. I'm worried about the 12 in the next leg that you have singled on your spread ticket, because I do not have the 12.
Oh, and that's race 8,
The
right?
middle leg, race 8, right?
Yeah, I mean, what did I say? It was one of those things. Let's scroll down there.
No, I'm sorry. No, hold on. Wait a second. That is the. Oh no, I'm sorry. I thought it was race 7, but let me look at the 12 anyway. Okay, yeah, the 12 figures. I thought it was Troisième Etoile, but
yeah. Well, I did have notes for that 12. Kimura's riding for O'Neill. It was on the AE, but with all the scratches that got in, bullet work. Jaramillo rode last out. I said if it gets in, use. But it was another big upgrade for the horse that Jaramillo hopped on, which is why my tickets.
Well, who was Jaramillo riding?
He was riding Ridge Gold, the 3 that scratched, and I had so many notes, and there was the musical jockeys, like the 15-1 morning line. I was like, oh my word, but scratched out. So all the smart wise guy angles for that price horse, I thought in that middle leg kind of blew up all my, my what I thought were smart ticket construction. So it is what it is.
I understand entirely. Are we sure that Jaramillo didn't pick up that mount? Let me just check. That's race 8, right?
Yeah,
no, what race is that? Race 7?
Yeah, I mean the reason first race since October, Barrios rode it the last 2 times, and then they scratched the Barrios horse as well. So there was like a couple of long shots I really liked in there, and I was like, why is Jaramillo hopping on this horse?
I'm actually glad you said that, because for like 4 of the horses in my matrix analysis, I was like, this is jockey musical chairs, and none of it makes sense.
Actually, it didn't make sense to me, but it made enough sense where I was like, well, this guy's going there and this guy's going there. I have to upgrade both of them. And then both the horses scratch,
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it didn't make sense. Like, why was like Jaramillo? I think he was going to a Craig Lewis horse or something, right? Like, it was weird.
Yep. And it was and the trainer is like horrible stats, maidens. But as we've talked about on the show, Jaramillo, fantastic jockey. It's his jockey agent who's the handicapper and putting him on these horses. So the handicapper of handicappers saw a reason. I mean, we're talking about a scratched horse, but yeah, the musical chairs there was very interesting, needless to say.
No, that is wild. I'm going to have to pivot and use that 12 in my late pick 3. Do we want to try to set up a poll for the late double, or like what? We can now put polls in our show. We don't know how it works. We thought we might try it to come up with a proper DTL community bet where we're using, the horses that everybody likes the most. So I think what we would have to do, Kieran, is like you pick 2 horses in race 8, I pick 2 horses in race 9, and then we let the DTL crew vote, and then we'll take the top 2 vote getters and just play a double using those horses. And then maybe we could do some other stuff as well. But
yeah, we have to be live to do it, so we don't know if it works or what it's going to look like. It could be a total bust. But
yeah, we couldn't test run this while just in the studio. We got 6 minutes. You want to mess around with it? We could just
So
try race 8. You can only do 4 entries, right? 4.
Yes.
Okay.
So race 8, I was looking at using. Let me see.
Yeah, that's a tough race.
Yeah.
I have 1, 7, 6, 11.
Wow, I went 12, 5, 6, but then I have backup tickets where I went 1, 2, 11. So
well, yeah, I have your 12 and 5 as my B's. But
I'm gonna
I think you should take the 1 and the 7 and your 12 and 5 and put them up as my top 2 and your top 2.
All right.
Right?
I mean, yep. Let's get there. Let me see how I do this. So Frank, we're just gonna say the numbers, right? You want to use? I'm gonna use 12 and 5.
So make sure it's race 8.
Race 8.
And we want to vote on the 1, 5, 7, 12 in that order, who they like best.
Okay.
I can give you the horses' names. It might be easier with the names as well. It's up to you.
Well, let's just hang on. Let me just 1, 5.
While you're doing that, I'll start looking at the probable pools because we got 5 minutes now.
So we wanted to use 1, 5, 7, 12, correct? Right, Frank?
Correct. Yes.
Right. Race.
So, guys, in the next leg, it looks like the 7. So that would be, we're talking about race 7.
There it is, Frank. I don't know how they're going to vote on it, though, so that'll be interesting. I don't know where they even click on it. Can you click on it to vote? I guess we're going to find out.
Yeah, that would be very weird if, only you and I can vote? I have no idea how this works. Well, I guess we'll find. We won't waste time on race 9 until we know how this works.
Yes.
That would be really silly.
Yeah, why have a poll that you can't vote on? That makes no sense. Can anyone click on it? And then we'll move on and look at the probables. We're 2 minutes out.
Yeah, anyone in the DTL crew out there, executive producer, Texas Terry, you want to help us figure this out? If you have any insight as to what you're seeing on YouTube or on X.
It doesn't pop.
Hold on, Kieran. You talk.
All right. I was just going to say I'm going to spend. I've got $21 for my parlay. I'm going to do a $10 win place on my Jaramillo horse in here, number 5. So I spent 20
Yeah,
bucks.
Terry said she doesn't really know what's happening.
All right.
It doesn't. Oh, see, yeah, it should show up in the chat. But it doesn't.
Okay.
What about the comments? Does it show up in the comments?
I don't see it in the comments either.
No, underneath. If you're watching on YouTube, maybe there's a section for polls, on the YouTube interface. Yeah, Cat ate my form. Thank you for joining us. Can't either. What's happening, dudes? It's all good. Thank you for joining us. Always nice to see you. Charlie, race 8. I think the 8 is a single at 8-1. All right.
I'm looking. See 8. What did I say?
We'll get to that 8. Yeah, Pantages, but
Hanson horse, turf to dirt. My notes were simply, I cannot bet them all. So I mean, I didn't discount it. I was just like, I liked other ones more, but maybe that's one where we pivot on the double.
I'm sorry, but Chris says it displayed, and it says telling us to enter in the chat.
You enter it.
So you guys put the numbers in, and then we have to manually count them. That would be really.
No, that's silly. All right.
We would. I would say that's a job for Mark Gelding, but he doesn't have enough fingers and toes to count.
He can't even. He was doing the Derby draw, and he thinks 9 is 6 and 6 is 9. So what can we say?
All right. Well, you know what? Let's shelve that for a little bit. I don't want people wasting mental energy when there's money to be made. But real quick at the favorite of this leg is the 4, and it looks like
my
you already
5
say this here on 7, 2, 7, 11, 2, 12 in the next leg.
Yeah, in the next leg. Yeah.
2, and that's 7, 11. That's funny. I don't think. Let me see.
Looking at the 4, the 7 is. The 11 is $20 from the 4. The 7 is $21 to the 4, Frank. And that looks like it's the 2 lowest double pays are this chalk. And then my 5 to the 7 is 28. And my 5 to the 11 is 31. So on that, I'm trying to see if there's anything sneaky out there. The 5 to the 11, 31. Yeah, I mean, the 7 3-2 morning line, 7-2. That's very cold. You know, the Papa Drama horse. And that one into the next leg, the 6 into the 7. Yeah, this 6 is really, you know, the morning line favorite at 3-2, Frank, dead across on all the bets. No one believes in this 6 here.
Yeah, it looks like one of our friends here, Guillermo, he likes the 3, Donde Esta Jefe.
The other O'Neill,
Right.
yeah?
Yeah, Mama.
And
The
that
Jefe
one-
is right here. If anybody wants to know Donde Esta Jefe, you're looking at him. He's right here. I hope Jefe means what I think it means. The chief, boss.
All right, let's see.
Actually, the Jefe is right there. That's Terry. Oh, that's very funny. Guillermo, thank you for joining us. Appreciate your contribution right there. All right, they're loading in the gate.
All right, let's take our break.
We're going to take our little break. Nobody wants to see me root for this race because I don't have any skin in the game. So, all right, good luck, everybody.
Yeah, the O'Neill, nothing.
Well,
I got
Kimura,
$1
right?
left. Yeah,
Kimura.
$1 left.
Oh, no, 2 Kimura. He had 2 in there, huh? 4. No, who won the race?
Number 4,
the
Tyler
favorite.
Bays with another
Yeah, the
win.
favorite.
So, yeah, Tyler's starting to get some wins on his belt here lately.
Thank you, Guillermo. We appreciate you. As everybody in the chat, the DTL crew will tell you, you are now a member full-time. We welcome you. We appreciate you. We cannot do the show without all of you. So thank you. Oh, Kieran, like and subscribe.
Oh, yes.
We always forget.
that. I was actually just looking at the probables before we went off with all the late money. They hammered the 4-11 combination late, Frank. So the 4-11 dropped to $16. Second choice was the 7 at 21, and third choice was the 2. But they hammered that this chalk into the 11 in the next leg. Crystal clean.
Yeah. Yeah, no surprise. Yeah, we'll wait for it to become all official, and we'll wait for more money to get in the pools and all that fun stuff. But yeah, thank you, Guillermo. Really appreciate it. Guillermo, if I'm not saying your name properly, I apologize.
I'm just going to call him G.
Yeah, see, Kieran's smart. He doesn't even attempt. He just gives them a nickname right off the rip, and then there's never a problem. Very smart. He tried to pronounce Jaramillo once at the start of the show. He was properly corrected, and then he started calling him Hara, and that was it.
No, I was saying his name incorrectly, probably for the first 2 months, till someone on the show finally said it's pronounced Jaramillo, and I was like,
yeah, no, it wasn't that long. Believe me. No way. The Venezuelans who watch our show would not have let you get away with it for that long.
It's not Jara.
That's right. You were calling him Jara, actually.
Yeah.
Jara. Sorry, guys. We're not perfect. We're not perfect. We try our best, but if we're wrong, we want people to tell us. So we appreciate that.
My name has been butchered for so long. I mean, at this stage though, Tom Quigley just does it on purpose. Like he's got 15 different ways of saying my name, and he knows exactly how to say it.
you can't put the GD back in the bottle. I mean, it's too funny. Hey, look, we had one person on the show wanted to get us an ED Pharma sponsorship because she thought Kieran's name was Cialis.
Yep.
So
I've had every versions. I still have a friend who's known me for years. He just calls me C. I was like, you can remember the letter, can't you? Just call me C.
That's awesome.
So Frank,
you know what? If he just heard your name, Kieran, he should be calling you K, because no one knows that you spell it with a C.
Yep. So the 11, Frank, dominant favored on the pick 3 at $19. Second choice is the 8, $33. Third choice is the 2 at $36. Fourth choice is the 7 at $37. The 8, the JJ Lewis horse, got a little bit of play. See if it's the same in the double. The 11 is $16. Second choice is the 7 at $21.40. The 2 at $23.60. And then it starts jumping up to the 8 at $41. So interesting. I mean, they're essentially the betting saying it is 11, 7, 2, 8 across the different wagers, Frank.
Yeah, and that is how the board is reflecting right now. No overwhelming favorite, and I kind of agree with that. I did say that if Crystal Clean was drawn inside, I think that horse would be 7-5. But I think that far outside post makes things a little tricky to take too short of a price on that horse. But real quick, so Kieran, Guillermo is now G from here on. You have knighted him. He is now a Sir G. He is a member of the DTL crew. We appreciate you. And then just real quick, Kieran, because this is funny. Now everybody's taking the piss. Jeff, Frank, whoever likes your 4. That is an LD move right there. He loves to chime in and joke around and tell us who Kurt Hoover likes. And we go along with it jokingly, sarcastically, but we love Kurt Hoover. We love all those TVG personalities and handicappers. So thanks, Jeff. I appreciate that. Very funny. All right, Kieran, let's get serious.
What was I looking at? I was trying to see. I mean, the 11 got some decent money, win money, when the betting opened, and dominant, 10K to win, and kind of a little bit 2K, 1K. Second choice, the 7 got a lot of win money and place money. And the 8, though, is if there's one that looks sneaky on the betting, Frank, it's that 8, the JJ horse. I have it on a backup ticket. Did you use it at all?
Yeah, that's one of my A's. I have 4 A's in that race.
Okay.
Let me see. We're on race 7, right? I went 11, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7.
I mean, I ended up having to make the 11, the top choice. But the issue with this one was Barrios. This horse had 6 career races, 2 wins, 3 seconds, and a first. All was in the money. Like this is an exacta horse if you've ever seen it. But Barrios went to the number one. Like he left and went to the number one, which is why I ended up having that one as a wise guy pick. But the one scratched. So if you got the Wind Rider bailing to go to a rail horse for another, trainer, what do you make of the chances of the 11 now? That was the quandary in this race, at least for me.
Who's your top pick here, Kieran? Because I don't have the 7 on my. I got a pivot here.
I ended up.
Who's your top pick?
In order in this race, I went 2, 11, 3, 7, 1 is how I ranked the horses in this race.
Oh, see, first, why did I think that you had? I thought you had the Motto horse as your top pick, Adesia. You were talking about that horse.
I was talking about it, but when I've got it on tickets. All turf, I went 2, 11, 7. So I went.
That's why you had the 7 on that ticket. That's why
on that ticket, yes. But on this late pick 3, I also threw in the 3 and the 1, or the 3.
Well, the 3 and the 1 are scratched.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so I get it now. So I'm amending because my ticket was so cheap. I'm still cavemanning it, Kieran, but here is now my revised. I'm going to put this up, Frank. This is pivot / revised. I am adding the 5 and the 7 to this leg because I think this is such a difficult.
Yes.
So look at that. 11, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7. And let me put this in the chat.
Yeah, I've got, my tight ticket that's 108. I think let me see if I have it in there. Make sure I have the correct all turf, Kieran, pick 3, show. So I've got a spready ticket, and then I've come back with all my other price horses, and I had to take a stand in the next leg because I did not want to spend $200, even though this could potentially be a big paying pick 3 today, Frank.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm singling the 9, so I want to get. I need to make sure that I'm out of this leg because then I'm good. I have 4 horses in the middle leg, and then I can look at what the late double is. Because if the 9 wins and I'm not alive to the 9 on a ticket, whether it's the all turf, the late pick 3, or the double, I messed up. So here's my pivot, guys. This leg 11, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7 with 1, 7, 6, 11 with 9. It's actually not a pivot, Kieran. It's just a revised late pick 3 because it hasn't gone off yet. So
and I think we essentially have the same horses between my 2 spread tickets. So I'm just spread. I've got your horse on that first ticket, and then my backup ticket with all the crazy price horses. I took a stand with the 12, and I took a stand with the horse I think is going to be the robot choice in the last leg, the 2, and then my long shot in the last leg, the 10. So
here I was thinking that I have the largest spread in the history of the show. And then I look at Kieran, 2, 11, 7, 1, 8, 9, 10, 12, 5, 4. So one of us should be getting out of this leg alive, at least in the late pick 3. In the all turf, you have, like you said, 2, 11, 7.
Yep.
And my all turf is. So I don't have your 7. I guess I should look at that 7. Oh, in my all turf. I use it in the late pick 3, though. So, okay.
Yeah,
I think we're pretty covered.
Yeah, I mean, Adesia in here, we've already talked about it. Phil's, on Fuego right now. This horse, you got to bet him. Fresh Shoes 29% for him. The horse is protected, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we're back to that period where toss a Phil horse at your detriment. If you can afford to toss his horses in there, you better put them in, essentially.
Yeah. Jeff is mentioning, and we did talk about this earlier. The 1 is scratched in race 7. I changed that on all my tickets, but Kieran never changes his because he just lets it go anyway. He's not going to amend anything. So yes, in Kieran's, not Steel Turf, in Kieran's late pick 3, that 1 there, 2, 11, 7, 1, the 1 is out. So you're saving money You're actually saving money. But yes, thank you, Jay, for pointing that out. Kieran has said many times on this show, late scratch, early scratch, doesn't matter. Once my bets are in, that's it. I don't care.
Yeah, and then I'll adjust, when we get to see will pays and whatnot. And then I can go, oh, this pay is I'll get a refund. It's just something I've done being lazy over the years, at least now doing this show. When we're live and looking at the stuff, we pivot and we adapt like we did in that first leg, Frank. That number 3, the first time starter, we had to do a pivot bet just because it was getting so much money, And we'll see when we get to the next leg. The double may tell us which horse is correct in the last leg, and we might adjust based on what that. I mean, the 11 here made total sense as a potential single, but the big question mark was, why would Barrios, who's ridden every single race on this horse, leave for another horse?
Yeah. That's been a strategy that has worked all meet long, right? Mm-hmm. How's the tote looking? Anything interesting?
Not yet. We're still 13 minutes away, and the double's only got less than $8,000 in it, Frank, so we're not going to get anything. Looking forward off of this 11 into the next leg, it's saying 11-12 is $34, 11-5 is 43, 11-6 is 47, 11-7 is 53, and 11-1 is 85. So going off this 11, Frank, they're saying it's in the next leg, it's between the horses 1, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12. It's all over them.
Yeah, I was going to say, no one's dominant, right?
No one is dominant at all.
That's how tough it is. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
This
real quick. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say this sequence should pay well, even if we get like a couple. Even if 2 of the legs are a chalk. I think there's enough. They've got to spread enough that it's probably still going to pay decent.
Now, I got to bring this up. We might have to set up a poll for this once we figure it out. Jeff, I love you. You're a loyal member of the DTL crew. We all know that Frank likes to brag about his matrix. So here's Jeff's comment. Hoover won me the double last night, added his 8 on the last leg, the winner. His 8? You mean my 8, right? Is that who you're talking about? Look at that matrix right up right there. Look at that. Horse went off at 9-2 and 1. We might have to put Jeff in timeout there. I don't know, man. Yeah. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Actually, I love Kurt Hoover. He's I learned so much from him when I first moved out here from California. But I got to stick up for myself as well. I did have the 8. I gave it out on Gino's show on Friday. I gave it out in the Matrix. Kieran would have had it too, but he just wasn't playing yesterday because he was, doing more important stuff with his family. So
yeah, we got the last one, an 18-year-old birthday yesterday, so we had to go celebrate.
Oh, he's a man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that means is my car insurance is about to double.
Yeah. And then the college tuition, probably not too far around the corner.
Yeah.
So that's it, DTL crew. We got to make Kieran some money here, man.
Yeah. And I only have $1. I only have $1 left in my win show parlay thing went down in flames. So I'm trying to decide what I use my $1 for. I guess I might have to do a $1 exacta. That's what it's 2 over 11. That it's paying $18. So here we go. That's what I'm going to spend my $1, Frank.
I was going to say, Kieran, I will let you borrow $1 so you could start it up again with a $2 win bet on somebody.
No, I'm going to stick to it, and then we'll start again next show. It's just something different. I was thinking we could try, and we kind of talked as well. When you guys win, we kind of do a lot of it. Post your tickets out there. We're thinking we're going to do something. The mechanics of it, of having you guys give us your tickets earlier. and maybe we can play around with some of your tickets. You know,
the only thing I would recommend, Kieran, and your money, you do what you want. Maybe save that for the late pick 3, because that will also factor, because you did great in the first leg, all turf, part of the show. Race 6, not part of the show.
Yeah,
not part of the show.
No.
So, but let's say you like that horse, so I don't know.
I did like him.
You want, but maybe for the purposes of the show, we should collaborate.
We'll just do it. Yes.
Together and do it for the 7, 8, 9, and this way we could, like, I don't know. Then we have options, right? We could cover horses that we might not have on our tickets that are alive, like another way to maximize these wagers, right?
Correct.
All right. Can I put up some community picks here, crew ticks?
Yeah.
So Guillermo G is just like us. He's spreading. Oh, this is to close his pick 5. Nice. So 2 and the 8 in the last. Doesn't have my 9. It doesn't have your 10. Who's the 8? I don't think either one of us.
In the last leg, it is.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Oh, Luby's music. Is that it in the last leg?
Probably wire job.
Yeah, that's Giroux from Mandela. One last out at this distance under Freshu, and then Freshu ended up going. I don't know which horse he went to.
Yeah,
he went to the favorite. He went to the favorite to take another card. So I mean, I do have it on I think on a double ticket, Frank. I do. Yeah, I'll have it on a double ticket. You know, it was one of those things I did. Seeing the will pays, it might be a live show bet, you know, and then I just did it for $5, 12, 5, 6, 6, 8, 9, but I want to see what it's paying, you know. It was a placeholder.
I had originally X'd the horse before all the scratches. Now with all the scratches, we're going to really need to we're going to need to dive deep into that race for for late double time. Because that is a horse we could absolutely use, because the pace scenario is now completely different. Here's Charlie, 11, 8, 7, 8. And look, he went opposite. He went, somewhat tight here, tight in the next, and then spread in the last. I like that, because that's kind of opposite of what Kieran and I are doing. So he has all the horses that we have. And in the middle leg, he's got the Urton horse, who I also like, and the Ryan Hansen horse, who he was talking about as being sneaky. And then, wow, we'll get to all those horses in the nightcap when we get closer. That was crazy how different we are. But, that's good. Charlie's been giving good information on the show.
And because I didn't gamble on Saturday, I had money burning in my pocket, Frank. So I'm going to start up pretend I didn't do that show crap earlier. Lose it all. So we're starting.
You get a mulligan. Yeah, you get a mulligan.
We're gonna edit out that last bet I did, and we're just now starting fresh. We can go back and edit from this live show, right? So I'm gonna do a $25 win show on number 2.
Hold on, let me type it. Let me type it out for the crowd. All right, Kieran. That was a practice run.
Yeah, that was just practice to see what I could adjust to. Yes.
Kieran, I'm gonna say special parlay. Oh my God, that is so funny. I wouldn't expect anything less. Okay, what do you got?
$25 win show number 2. Good night, Nelly. I'm gonna start riding our guy Andy Mathis, who we've talked about so much, and he's just been so unfortunate, but he's heating up right now, and he is, when he heats up, hop on, and I'm getting a pretty good price. And we got my guy Caesar Belmont riding, so let's see.
So that's it. That's how you're starting it.
That's it. I'm just gonna fire away one bet, $50. If this doesn't work, I'll start off next week.
No, you'll probably start off a 2-race win parlay in race 8 today.
No comment. No comment.
There's Kieran's special win show bet to start his parlay. Oh, I had Pete's pick 3 up, but then I took it down real quick. 2, 7, 11, singling the 8. That's that Ryan Hansen horse getting a lot of love. 8-1 on the morning line from the crew, and then singling my 9 in the last. I love it. I love your tickets, Pete, because they're so tight. There's no fat on these tickets. If you're right, you're right.
The amount of scratches in that last race, we went from 11 to we've got 7 horses now. Like that was a 4 horses scratched out. Changed the whole complexion of that. But we'll get to see on the will pays, who's the legit ones and who the pretenders are.
Are we doing any special shows for the Derby? I got a good email from one of our audience members, DTL Crew members, saying it would be great if we like put up a show schedule each week.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with him 100%.
Yep.
So we will start doing that. But keep in mind, we reserve the right to change the schedule and add shows depending on what's happening. If there's a carryover, if there's a new low wager bet announced or whatever. So look out for that, DTL Crew. Like and subscribe on here. We'll probably have Mark Gelding do an announcement every Monday saying what shows we have. We will be doing content on the Derby, but well, go ahead, Kieran.
I was going to say, I mean, we always do shows on Fridays and Sundays. This Friday was just a unique situation that probably won't happen too much. So that's all. Always a Sunday show, but yeah, we're figuring out how to kind of plan our stuff out so you guys know exactly what's going on. But again, if there's a carryover or something special happens, we're probably going to jump on and do a pop-up show as well.
Yeah, and we've actually been moving a little bit away from the Fridays because there's been such great cards on Saturdays because it's that time of year where it's all the Triple Crown prep races we had. So we've been doing more Saturday shows than usual. So we apologize that it's been a little loosey-goosey, but we'll try to get better about that and just at least lock 2 shows down in stone and then maybe add a couple of more as we go along. Let me know when we got to cut this off here on minutes to post. But, I used to go to Santa Anita a lot, haven't gone as much, but Kieran's up there quite frequently because, he has Gold Phoenix. So Kieran will never say no to a beer. So he'll be up there.
Oh, yes.
Are you there today? He'll be there in an hour and 30 minutes.
I can't even drive that fast.
Just kidding. Anyway, here we go. LD letting us know who everybody else likes. Who do you like, LD? Let's hear that. That's also Kieran's top pick, number 2, Nelly. I have her on my wagers as well. Anything funny going on in the pools here late? Doesn't look like it.
Not really. I mean, the double has like 18K, but into the next leg, really, the only movement has been $1, Frank, into the next leg on the horses. I will say 11-1 was paying $85 earlier, Frank. Alex, the Hess Barrios horse.
Oh, I have that horse as an A.
And it's now down to 11-1 is now paying 56. So that is the biggest movement of the horses I've seen. So that one in that next leg.
One's taking money, you're saying?
Yes, on the double, correct.
Yeah.
And I had that one. I've got it on a backup ticket. I mean, I did use it. I think not on my pick 3 though. I did not use it on my pick 3. I might have to do a pivot here just to cover that one, Frank, just because it's getting some money. It's going to be a tight one. I'm just going to do 2-11.
I'm not typing this because I'm putting in a late bet myself here.
With the 1.
I realized that I added the 5 and the 7 to the show, but I didn't actually bet the 5 and the 7. So kind of need to do that, right? How much time we got? Are we looking all right here? 1-7.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. My pivot's just gonna be 2-7-11 with the 1 with the 2 in the last leg. Just because
so that take another card.
Yeah, because I mean, this is a price horse, and supposedly it's 8-1 on the other one. I don't want to spend a whole lot of money and price myself out of ending the day green. Frank doing too much stupid nonsense.
Right. Okay. No, I get it.
But that 8 that was the biggest drop, from when we looked earlier. And it's down to $50, Frank. That the 1 is very live in this next race, just on how
and it's taking late multi-race money. Yeah.
Yes. So that one is a
what is the horse in the win pool?
In the win pool.
Oh no, because it's the next leg. It's the next leg. No. Sorry.
But yeah, it right now looking from the 11 into the 1 is $51. 11 into the 5 is $52. 11 into the 7 is $51. 11 into the 6 is $39. 11 into the 12 is $36. So they're saying the betting in the next leg, Frank, is between the 6 and the 12 will vie for favoritism. but then it's a spread with all the other horses.
Right, they're at the gate. I made a win bet on the 4 because we talked about not getting shut out with horses, not making money on price horses that you love. So yeah, number 4, my wise guy horse.
All right.
Congratulations, 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 congratulations. The journey's long, but you have won. Your brightest days have just begun. With every step.
Not too shabby. 19-1 there, Frank. Frank muted, our favorite time of the show.
Our favorite time of the show, Frank silence.
Frank lets his analysis do the talking for himself. I don't even remember what I wrote. What did I even write? Let's see. Career best last time, running on late for 3rd, open 25. She won a turf sprint back, da-da-da. She was for sale, da-da-da. Not like she's out of her depth. 31 is a great price. Bombs away.
Yep.
How you like me now?
And I had wrote, what did I say here? I said, cuts back after just missing last out. Top closer in a race drops today, and this tandem is 2 of 5 on long shots. And we talked about it. This race, long shot race, Frank. You know? And look at that, 19-1. Nice win bet, Frank. I thought I was home free with my Andy Matthews there on the 2. Your 4 just closed like a beast.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, that was so as that was happening, I couldn't help but think of, I forget who said it and I apologize, but live look at me rooting for that horse. So let's go back and let's see. Larry, let me know who. Wait here. Dave Weaver and Sarge picked the 2. Terrible pick. What Hoover have? Come on, guys, let me know. Not sure why you're watching other shows. This is the only game in town. If it's not Kieran, it's me. If it's not me, it's Kieran. If it's not either of us, it's someone in the DTL crew.
Yep.
I'm just joking, people. You know, we joke, but got to brag a little bit about ourselves. So, but again, Kieran, what I was going to say is thank you, because since the jump of the show, I've had it in my head: win.
Yeah.
Got to make the win bets. Got to, you know what I mean? Like, so a week ago, I probably would have overlooked that again because we're so busy putting our tickets together, and it would have cost me money, 19-1 at the end. So, all right, looking good, guys. Good stuff. Long way to go though in the pick 3s and whatnot. So,
did you have it on your all turf? I didn't put that one in my all turf. I made the all turf type, but
if I didn't, I'm an idiot because I had the horses in A, so I'm pretty sure I did. Let me look.
And then my pick 3 now, I'm tight in this next leg. I'm all about the 12. I need the 12 to take me home.
Let's see. All turf right here. No, that's you. That's me.
Yep,
yeah,
you got it. And you're alive. You're 9. Yeah, you're.
But I'm only alive to the 9. Yeah.
But $48, that's going to pay no matter what happens. Big.
Well, it was 36 until I added one of your donkeys in the first leg. I'm kidding. How many times on the show, Kieran, have one of us pivoted with a horse neither like I didn't like or you didn't like, and we ended up, that was the only ticket we cash all day.
Yeah, so that's what it's all about. Looking at the information we have. I was trying to look and see. Yeah, on my all turf. No, I didn't have it. I just went tight on the all turf. But I mean, I'm the backup ticket, kind of handcuffing the bets. My long shot ticket is alive. Using the long shot criteria. So I have I'm alive on the pick 3. I just need this 12 to come through, and then I got the chalk in the last race.
I love it. I'm not surprised Kurt used the 4 because he's as smart as I am. He's as good as I am. I'm not kidding. No, Kurt, awesome. Kurt Hoover is. I have so much. I look up to the guy. I would not know this much about California racing when I first came here. That's all I watched. His Hollywood Park Paddock show. Learned so much from him. But all right, so Hoover and I are alive. So that's good. How about this? Vicapo, 8, 9, 10 and all turf, LFG. So I'm assuming Vic is alive. So that's great. He's got more coverage than I do. And he has your 10, Kieran. So good for him. All right, let's look at Will Pays. Let's start getting serious. I gotta check myself before I wreck myself here. All right, let's go.
I'm still don't have Will Pays up on mine, so let me see.
Oh, they're probably going to take the 4 down. That's been the story of my meet.
Oh, there's an inquiry.
Fiery? Is it really?
I'm joking.
No, I wouldn't be surprised, dude. I'm still having nightmares about that IUSO DQ last Sunday.
All right.
So let me put up your double, Kieran, because now we're getting.
Yeah. Oh, so the 7. The 7 took all the early money, Frank. Even money, $2,900 came in on the 7. Manhattan Beauty.
Baltus Belmont.
And Frank, on the double, the 7 is the lowest paying horse at $242. So
this is race 8 we're talking about, right?
Yes, correct. So race 8 right now, 7's paying $242 on the double. Next highest is the 5 at $294. Then we're looking at the 12 at $342, the 1 at $461, and then it starts going up. Let's see the pick 3. Pick 3, the favorite on the pick 3 tree, Frank, is number 5, the Jaramillo horse, $493.
Right.
Then the 12 at $523, the 6 at $788, and the 7 again at $820. So the 7 is the one that got more sneaky money than we thought it was going to be the 1, based on the doubles. But did you use the 7 at all in this race?
Yeah, I have again, Karen. Like I said, I mean, I didn't have super strong opinions in this race, so I have 4 A's, and that's not usually my style. I very rarely use that many A's because I like to be targeted. My A's are the 1, the 6, the 7, and the 11.
Yeah, I mean, my notes for this 7 drops multiple classes for Baltus with a sharp claim bait workout. This horse cost $180,000, Frank, and I think this is what, a 20K claimer.
Yeah, that's oofa.
I was like, this horse is either gonna win when the gates open or be catching an Uber to finish the race. So that's why I ended up not using it. And I thought Baltus is kind of cold, 10%. Very unfortunate. He's another one of those trainers. His horses keep finishing 2nd, 3rd, 4th a lot, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to start. When Eric Huron asked me what my notes are, I'm just going to start cutting and pasting and putting them in the community chat because he ends up answering his own question about what his notes are. So, you know, there you go. So if you want to know what I liked about him, or you can just go to the Matrix, santanita.com, the expert page. You can find Kieran on there too, but you have to like scroll. You got to scroll deep. Like there's still people who passed away who are on that, who are ahead of Kieran. So you got to really, really dig deep to find his picks.
That is true. It's way down there.
But no, here, Kieran, look, I got that. I'm happy with the win bet. I'm happy with where I am in the all turf. I'm happy with the way I started the late pick 3, but this is a tough race for me, and I have to really start thinking about double strategy because all of my eggs are in the 9s basket, right? Yeah. So, I'm concerned about the 2. Also in this leg here, Kieran, because a bunch of the DTL crew members mentioned the 8 horse, Pantages. I do not have that horse. I don't believe. It's not
getting a whole lot of love, but yeah. I'm shocked that the 12 is at 10-1. Like, I mean, we don't have a whole lot of money in the pool, but the money that is coming in on the 7 and the 6 and the 5 is where all the money's coming in.
Well, I absolutely, have to play a double 8 to the 9 because a lot of people like the 8 here. I don't have the 8, so I want coverage to my 9. Let me ask you, Kieran, and to the DTL crew, because I want to this is not really a hedge, it's like a half hedge, but more of a pivot. Who do I not have in this race that I'm exposed to, that you guys think has a big chance that I'm not covered to? Who are you? What was your order of preference here, Kieran?
In this race, I went 12, 5, 6, 1, 2, 11.
6, 1, 2, 11. So I don't have.
And we actually have we have big money in the double pool already, Frank. We're 16 minutes out. We already have 53,000 in this double pool. 56 now. And the 7 into the 2 in the next leg, Frank, is paying 68. So it's saying the prices in the next leg, 7 to the 2 is 68. 7 to the 5 and the 6 are both paying 74. The only other low one is the 12 to the 2 paying $75. Everything else is way up there. So
can you do me a favor?
Yep.
Because I do not have your 2 or 12 in this leg.
Okay.
And I do not have the 8 that the DTL crew likes as well. I need to play doubles to the 9 because the 9's the key to my day. If the 9 wins, I need to.
Well, you can just do $5, Frank, because the 2 to the 9 is $11.69. I mean, okay. the lowest pay to your 9 in the next leg, Frank. If you're all about the 9, you could do how many horses? There's 7 horses in the last leg, Frank. It'll cost you for $5, $35 on the lowest pay you're looking at.
No, the last leg, I'm singled in the last. So how many horses?
I'm saying if you're going to do a double, out of this one, we got how many horses are in there? 12 times 5 is $60. The lowest payout to your 9 in the next leg is $191 with the 5 here. Everything else is
and I have the 5 covered in the pick 3. So, Kieran, you know what? That's great information. I was just going to do the 2, 8, 12, but
you can do it all.
Look at the board. It's crazy. What are your notes on this? Is this a long shot race?
This race right here is
I would have to
the
think.
favorite. Race 8. The favorite wins 44% of the time, and 84% of the time the horse is under 5 to 1. Not a long shot.
Okay, yeah, because usually big droppers win this race.
Yeah, that's what we got. Yep.
Yeah, but there's a couple of them, right? So I'm gonna do your. Thank you, Kieran. Can you imagine if I added 3 more horses, and I'm alive to like 7 horses to the 9? The 9 wins, and a bomb wins this leg, and I don't have it, so I have to do the all.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at tripling your money just spending $60 here at a minimum, and then if your other prices win, you're looking at your lowest pays are $195, $310, $314, $400. Then there's ones that are $1,100, $6,000, $3K, $4K, $2K.
Yeah, I'm okay with the lower ones because I have those in my pick 3 and my all turf, right? So like, I'm fine. I'm fine there. I just did that all to the 9, and then what do you? Oh no, this is doubles going for. So yeah, this isn't a pay leg, so we don't need to know. So I just did my double.
My single is cold on the board, that I need on my pick 3. The 12 is my single in this race, and then the last race I'm 2 in my long shot of 10.
I wish, this, if I had a real strong opinion in this race, then I could single in my double and use the obvious ones, like I have the 2 take another card, but I had the horse as a B. But, the Meissen Queen was an A, and that horse scratched. I have the 7 as a B. I could use the 8 and the 10, but I don't know. I think I might just live or die with the 9 in the nightcap. No guts, no glory.
Yeah.
And
yeah, because my $5 double, I've got 12 to the 6, 8, and 9. So 12 to the 6, 8, and 9, I'm looking at nice pays. The 5 to the 6, 8, and 9, I'm looking at nice pays. And the 6 to the 6, 8, and 9 are still decent. So I had notes on my double that said it was a live show or live show decision, for that $45 double. I'm going to go ahead and do it because for $45, I'm looking at nice pays. And then I need to see if my chalk pays are worth it. The 12.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you need to top up or anything?
The 12 to the 10 is paying 201. Don't need to change that. The 12 to the 2 is 74 times 2, 150. Not too bad. I don't want to spend much more. And then my long shot ones, Frank, I've got 1 to the 2 is 94 for $5. 2 to the 2. I think I'm just going to stand pat. The only thing I'm probably going to change here, Frank, is I might have to throw a double in with this 7 that's getting so much money,
Well, yeah, you want to talk about a community using the real-time info? Let's see what we can do.
So if we did, I like the 10 in the last leg, Frank. So if we did the 7 into the 10 for $5 is 153, and the 7 to your 9 is 304. And the community ticket, if we did it for $5, $10 total, and we're looking at $153 to $304.
All right. I have the 7 as an A, so I'm not opposed to that. But let's see if I
and the 12
have them ranked.
The 12 to your 9 is 409, and the 12 to my 10 is 213. So for $20, Frank, if you weren't opposed, we could do 7-12 here into 9-10 in the next leg. It would cost us $20 for a $5 double. And our lowest pay for that $5 would be $160.
Which horses again?
7-12 into 9-10.
Do we want to look at anything with the 2? I mean, or maybe the Luby's Magic horse?
Lubies. All right, so 7 into Luby. It's the 8, correct?
Yeah.
Is $342.
Mm-hmm.
12 into the 8 is $335.
Yeah, I mean the complexion of the race changes so much with those scratches. Let me look real quick here on at the optics plot. Just look at the revised pace scenario. 8. Yeah, I mean just a bunch of them. Like nothing really stands out there. How about the 7? Did you have anything on the 7 in the nightcap?
In the nightcap, the 7. Yeah, my notes for the 7 are Moonlight in the nightcap. Tiago rides a must-use underneath in trifectas.
Well,
so horse likes
if I had
always...
to pick one other race in the nightcap that I would like to use, I would like to use the 7.
Okay.
So what does the 7-7 pay?
7-7 is paying $622 for $5.
Yeah, and the 12-7?
12-7 is paying $294.
This race is a head scratcher. 5, 2, 1. I mean, I think I'm okay using just those 2 horses that you mentioned in this leg.
7-12, okay.
Because I don't have the 12 and you don't have the 7, right?
Yeah.
So that's good.
And then we could
then
do
in the nightcap. I think we have to use your 10, our 9, and then
the 8.
If I had to pick one other horse, it would be the 7. If you had to pick another horse,
if I had to pick another horse in the last leg, it would be in order I went 10, 2, 6, 8, 9. So I would have to say
2.
The 6.
Oh, you don't? Yeah, not the 2 because the 2's the favorite, right?
Yeah.
So why don't we price it out this way?
It would cost us if we just did $5. I mean, if we looking right now, Frank, the 7 into the 6 is paying 216. The 12 into the 6 is paying 260. So if we did 7-12 in this leg with 6, 8, 9, 10, that's 2 times 4.
6, 7. I'd rather use my 7. Who do you like better, Luby or Al Moonlight?
I'm looking right now. Let me see if I had to make a choice.
Well, who did you rank ahead of?
I ranked. I didn't even have the 7 on my radar. I just said it was a horse to use underneath in trifectas.
Well, you know what? Let's not be stupid over like 10 extra bucks. Let's use them both.
Okay.
Right. So that would be 7-12 with
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is 5 times 2 is 10 times 5 is $50 for $5, and the pays are all decent enough where
we're trying to beat the 2.
Yes. Which
means
the 2 is going to win by 12 lengths.
But let's look at the probable. Is the 2 like super overbetting the probables going forward? I mean, not overwhelmingly so, right?
No, I mean,
well, a little bit, like $65. Well, here the 7 to the 2 is 63, and then you're looking at double 126 with the 7, but I don't know. I mean, 7, 2, and they don't pay to make it worthwhile. Even the 1, and then. Well, this is interesting, though, actually.
Now,
the 8 that the DTL Crew likes here, Kieran. The 8 to the 2 is 375. That's the way to use a long shot here to the chalk in the next. I mean, that's great value, I would think.
The 8 to the 2?
Yeah, I'll play that. You want me to play that, or you want to?
No, you can go ahead and play it. You're flush.
Let me play that for us. What?
I said you're flush with your win money. I was looking here.
So, because Pantages, the DTL Crew, a couple of people mentioned that horse. Hansen is hot. Like, talk about spotting trends. Dude is hot. And this way, if we get busted in our double and the 8 wins, we're at least alive to the chalk.
Yes.
You know what? I'm actually going to do it to the 9 and the 10. Your top pick, my top pick. So that's going to be a $15 double here on 8 with 2, 9, 10.
Okay.
Is that all right? You cool with that?
Yep. And then the one I'm putting in is a $5 double 7, 12 with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. $50.
Okay. So this wonder why the Friday handle was down.
Yeah, we weren't firing away at, but the pays are so good.
I mean, we're responsible for between the two of us at least $3,000 worth of handle.
But I mean, even looking at these chalks for $5, Frank, $60 is a really good pay for a $5 chalk double. Like 7.
It is, but you would have to love the chalk. I don't love the chalk.
Yes, and I don't love the chalks either. That's the issue too. Yes.
To your point, that is an excellent point, because let's say all of us stone cold agreed that X horse in this race was a strong single, and we would price it out with the other horses in the next, and we would sniff out the value, and that's a double you play 50 times. And you've done that on the show many, many times before, but we haven't really had an opportunity for that recently, right? So, do we have time to see?
I made $21 in the last race, Frank, on my parlay thing. I'm going to fire my $21 on a. I'm gonna go for the jugular. I need the 12 to win here to keep me alive, so I'm gonna do a $20 win on the 12.
All right, you hear that, everyone? Kieran, $20 win on the 12. I don't have time to type all these bets in, which is why you can't miss a minute of the show, unfortunately. Let me roll through the comments real quick because I want to see who other people like.
Okay.
Here we go. Jose, you were with me. Petit treat. I hope you whacked that horse pretty good. 19-1. So here's Catmondo. Hoover has all in the 8th and single to the 7 in the 9th. Is that Miss Maher? No, who was that? Our Moonlight. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't mind that at all. Good for Kurt. But actually, let me go back to Kurt's real quick, because we talk about wagering strategies, right, Kieran? Mm-hmm. Even though he used all in this leg, his structure wasn't all that different than us, because I think he used 2 horses in the first leg spread here. He's also singling in the last, right? So he singled the 7. You have a ticket where I think you singled the 10, and I have one where I singled the 9. So smart players took a stand in that race trying to beat the chalk. So I'm actually glad that you sent that, Catmondo, because like I said, Kurt's one of the best, and he's been one of the best for a very, very long time. Here we go. Yes, Vic, long live the Matrix. Thank you. Race is wide open. Take a shot with the first timer. Number 2. That's one of the ones you used, Kieran, the Peterson first-time starter.
Yeah, I mean, I said 5% jockey, but the trainer is 1, 3, and 2 from 11. He's 21% first-time starter for a profit. 27% in debut maiden claimers. 28% in maiden claimers. Long shot ticket horse.
Oh, 1 minute to post already?
Yep.
All right, well, keep an eye on that. Yeah, Pedersen is very good. One of the best. I am always wary of betting first-time starters in debut races, but you just said his maiden claiming numbers were really good, right?
Yes.
Debut maiden claiming.
And he's having a meet. He's a small stable, and he's doing very well with his small stable.
Yeah, and also Harris Farms, the head of Harris Farms, just died not too long ago. Wouldn't surprise me if they're just trying to get rid of some stock. This horse might actually be worth 50, He's trying to get a win and a claim. Miss Hot and Cold, it's my wife, number 12. Happy wife, happy life, so no comment here.
Yep.
We'll talk about the Derby a little bit after. We really appreciate you guys mentioning that. Okay, 5 and 6 for Jay.
The Jaramillo horse. The 5 here, Hara for Urton. He's ridden both. Hara stayed here. He's ridden both starts. Drops to this claimer. Urton's 23%. It was just, the jockey musical chairs and where they land, and he landed here,
Yeah, I have that horse as one of my A's, major contender, and taking the money. And he had 7, 8, 9, 10 in the last, so good luck there. Charlie, cold, 8, 10. He likes your 10, Kieran.
Okay.
Our guy Mike, look at that. He's alive to my horse and your horse. Well, our horse, the 9, and your horse, the 10.
There we go.
In the all turf. Good luck. Look at this. Everybody throwing money.
Frank, I
took
a peek at last year's numbers for this Sunday, Frank. Last year, the $5 double on the Sunday was 163. We are already at 215,000, Frank. We're just another, DTL crew back in the house.
We call that the DTL effect.
But hey,
one day somebody will notice besides us.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh.
Why was Friday down so much? That from all the tracking we've done over the years, Frank, that's probably one of the biggest drops we've seen on a double, going back to last year at Del Mar. But probably no one even knows that.
Oh, it might be the worst. It might be the worst double of the meet, actually.
They were really down 60 grand or 60,000. And the pick 3 was down as well. We've never seen that happen. And we didn't do a show. DTL crew. I mean, tracks who are listening. Our guys are gamblers. They're not watchers.
All right, they're loading. Kieran, get off the soapbox. Let's just win money. Good luck, everybody.
Yep. And Frank, that was the horse we saw taking all the money, remember? In the last leg,
I was just going to say, yeah.
You have that horse if you listen on the show. We didn't bet it, but
Well, I have it in the pick 3.
And I have it in the double.
But I'm only alive to the 9. I liked 4 horses in the race. I didn't like any one of them enough to take a strong stand to my 9. But yeah, I had the 11 too. Who was the better price? 8 to 1, 7 to 1.
Yeah.
Wow, what a
rocket!
I'll have to go back and look at the racing flow numbers, but that horse came from the clouds. How often do you see that at Santa Anita?
Stewart's Inquiry.
I don't think it'll affect me at all.
No.
I mean, I got the top 4 finishers in some combination. I think.
7.
Do I have the 4? No, I don't have the 4. If it's a triple DQ and they put up the 4, I'm screwed.
No, they're the 7 against the 12, so it's not going to change anything.
7 against the 12. Okay. So
no change in the order.
No change? Okay.
Well, I mean, it won't matter with the first. The winner's not going to change. It'll be if they take the 12 down out of the money.
I'm just going to put up.
Oh, my Frank, do you know what the double pool ended up at? 358,000.
Wow. I mean, I'm not surprised.
That's what happens when you get a long shot in the first leg of the pick 3, Frank. They fire away at the double. We've been saying that since day one. Make the race tough, and you can blow all your pools up and make them bigger.
All right, read your notes for for Alex.
Barrios rides for Hess and switched to turf in a sprint. The rail is winning 26%. In for the 20K tag, Hess is 20% and 55% in the money for a profit. So it was a winning move for him, this right here. And Barrios heating up.
Is he riding your horse?
If Gold Phoenix goes to Kentucky, he will be riding because he's going to be out there riding. I don't know who will ride him if they stay home at Santa Anita.
Oh, would you pick? Who would you pick? Carmio.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, why not? How perfect would that be, dude?
Yeah.
Oh my God, how perfect would that be? Everything would tie in together to the show.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what the weather looks like. I think that looks like clear weather. I mean, always the thing is always. Last year we went out, and I mean, I got to give Churchill kudos. The amount of rain that fell last year, Frank, and the races, like the drainage system they put both on the turf and the dirt are just phenomenal with the amount of rain that came through that they can still race. But yeah, Gold could have run second. Let's not forget,
it wasn't too long ago when everybody raced on sloppy track. Racing was never canceled, ever.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
But I mean, the instructions were to Rispoli, don't be last and don't go up the rail late because they kind of slant the turf course at Churchill and the water, slopes into the inside rail. And the jockeys had said before the race, because we were standing with Phil and they were like, don't be on the inside. So where do you think he went? He was running in quicksand up the stretch,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's so funny. Like, there are some people who will hear like someone like me or you or somebody else who's super sharp talk about track biases or, inside favoring, outside favoring. Ask any track superintendent in the world. They'll tell you there's no such thing as a track bias. I mean, right there's a perfect, reasonable explanation of a track bias. The inside was dead because of the way the track drains.
Yeah, when it rains, yeah.
Yeah,
and I was just looking. The weather looks like they're actually going to have a nice, a rain-free Kentucky Derby is what it looks like right now. So I would say it's 1.4 million because we're not a Kentucky bred. Barrios is already out there.
Wow.
The monsters that were supposed to have drawn in did not. We did get post 7 of 10, but I mean it's a pretty long race. If I was to bet, I would say they're probably going to ship. We shall see, though.
And there are two Chad Browns in there. But you're right. It's not as tough as it's been in years past. LD has horses with LRF as well as a Delphi. So he wants to comment. Doesn't like Phil shipping 4 to 5 days west to east. Balnikoff already at Churchill. Why? Yeah. Why waiting? And yeah, Kieran just said, because
the weather.
They don't want to run. They don't want to waste the race with Gold Phoenix if it's going to rain, and they already know he doesn't like that kind of ground, right?
Yep.
So you spend all that money out there, you ship the horse, whatever. He doesn't run well. Like, it just, even though the money is so good, there's a plan for this horse. Like, it's not about the money at this point.
They're also waiting on the draw today, for that stakes race at Santa Anita, and it might be, well, why bother shipping out there when we're not racing against anyone in the Whittingham Stakes? It's a mile and a quarter. So I think they said the nominations are tomorrow. So we'll find out tomorrow. They might go, whoa, there's only 4 horses. We're staying home. Lots of stuff go into where they ship horses around. People don't realize. And then you got to worry, well, if you ship out there, it's not going to be another race till Del Mar, essentially. We're going to be going for the Eddie Reed. And, do you want to do that, or do you want to just keep? He worked out 58.5 this morning, Frank. He's never trained as good as he is right now. So it's, what do you want to target?
I would argue that his last race at, how old is he? 8?
8.
His last race is 8 years old. Is probably one of the top 3 best performances he's had in his whole career. I mean, that race was incredible.
So we got our numbers, Frank. So the double, you want to hear what the will pays are?
Hold on, because I like to write them down. So I am alive to all, but just to the 9.
Your 9 on the double is paying $502 for $5.
502. Okay, 502, and then what? What about the pick 3?
3,000.
That's the regular pick 3.
Yep.
All right, and then we got an all turf.
Let me see if they've got that up there. Let me scroll down. All turf to the 9 is paying $1,200. The chalk is the 2 paying $901. Not a whole lot of separation. The 10,
not a lot. That's right, really.
And the 10 is paying $1,491. And on the pick 3, the 10 is paying $32.41. The 2 is paying $19.60. On the double, the 2 is dominant at $148, but the 10 is second choice at $238. The 7, $296.
All right. Well, why don't we look at what you're alive to? Because you have the horse in the double, right?
I have, yes, I'm alive.
You have more coverage than I do, probably, in the double.
Yeah, on the double, I'm just not a whole lot. I'm alive to the 2 and the 10 on the double.
Okay, not the 9, just the 2 and the 10.
No. Yeah, just
so they got to be 10. Pretty good. What's for $5?
Yeah, the 2's paying $148. The 10's paying $238. I would have thought it'd be a little bit more, but the 2 is really,
that's a little light, isn't it?
The 10 is getting, other than the 2, the 10 got all the early money, Frank. So the 10, like as I thought, when I did my write-up, like what did I write here? Top last race speed, 1 on dirt, last out, 2 of 3 at the distance. The price seems crazy high, should be 4 to 1. And look at the betting right now. The 10 is 3 to 1. And it's kind of, so I'm not surprised at how low the double is, if that makes sense, Frank, based on my thoughts of what the morning line should be.
Yeah, based on a horse at 3 to 1, the double is probably decent. Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Right. I didn't realize I hadn't looked at the tote yet. So that is, yeah. Okay.
And then that's one of those things, like I see all these donkeys on X, like, oh my God, this paid that. And it's like, dude, do math. You can look and see what the probables are. You'll know exactly what the odds are. The adjustment is based on what's in there,
I'm going to give a little pushback, though. I agree with you 100%. And if you're doing what we're doing, and if you're at home and you're serious about making money, we can do that, right?
True.
When we're hanging out at Del Mar in the paddock, we can't do that. I mean, we can, but then we got to like go find a spot, look it up on the thing. You know what I mean? Like, we shouldn't have to do that.
You can't be lazy.
I like that you're telling people that they need to do that because that will give them good information. But we shouldn't have to do that, especially if you're
you cannot be lazy. Like you just can't be lazy anymore. You actually have to put the work in, which kind of a lot of guys are like, they put the work in, but they also want to have a beer and talk with their friends and not worry that, So, I mean, I get that side of it too.
Yeah. And I'm only saying that because, there have been plenty of times where I've gone to the track and it's actually ended up costing me a lot of money because I'm socializing, I'm drinking, I'm having fun, whatever. That's a trade-off, right? I'm okay. I can live with that. But now if you're not in front of your computer doing all the hard work and doing, forensic accounting, you're gonna get buried. So yes, you're 100% right. But at the same time, I feel like players shouldn't have to even be doing that. You know what I mean? True. Anyway. All right, there you go.
All right, Frank.
We
so
have a lot of opinions on this show.
Are you gonna? You don't really. I mean, your pays are so good. Are you going to do any sort of hedging now? I mean, you're alive for some stacks across your bets. So you're going to do.
I made good money on my win bet on the 4. I had the choice to play some doubles in the previous leg to the horses. I kind of like in here as kind of a hedge, but if I had just loved Alex and another horse, I would have done that. But I had 4 A's, and I'm trying to be disciplined because when I have 4 A's in a race, it means that I don't have a super strong opinion. Yeah. I mean, I'm bummed that I'm not alive to anything else, but at the same time, part of the reason we play these bets is because we want to put ourselves in a position just like this.
Yep.
This opportunity did not exist 3 years ago.
Nope.
It did not exist. You could be alive to 1,000 to 1 in the late pick 4, and you look at the payouts, and it's like $333, right? With the 50-cent denomination and all that stuff.
The higher minimums and the low takeout, just add. I mean, I'm just the double pool, Frank. Wow, just 3 huge money. Up. The last number I had was 358. This equivalent day last year was 163. So the DTL crew, with us egging them on, 100% increase, Frank. 100 plus increase in the double versus Sunday or Friday's show when it was down.
We're going to make good things happen for the DTL crew. We're building a community. We have some very, very big plans, and we're taking all of you along for the ride. But real quick, how about this, Kieran? Vic Apo alive to the 2, 9, and the 10 in the late pick 3. What is that? I know it's 3K to the 9. What about the 2 and the 10?
Pick 3 for the 10 is paying 5 bills, 5,062, Frank.
And that's your top pick.
Yep.
And what about the 2?
The 2 is paying 2,500 on the pick 3, Frank.
And Kieran, the 10, who's 3 to 1, but was 10 to 1 on the morning line. That's how people bet it. Because the 10 is paying. Oh,
actually, I was looking at the wrong thing, Frank. Sorry. The 10 is paying 3,200. The 2 is paying 1,967. But still,
still really good.
For $3. I mean, the lowest pay is the 7, actually, Frank. On the pick 3, the 7's paying $1,348. That's the lowest pay.
Well, that's Kurt Hoover. That's because Kurt Hoover gave it out. He moves the market. So 2, 9, 10 for Vic in the late pick 3. He also has the 8, 9, 10 in the turf, Kieran, and the 2, 8, 9, 10 for $10 in the double. Wow.
Very nice.
Oh, let's get this 9 home. Then everybody wins. How about Dan H? Live to 2, 6, 9, 10 for $3. Total bets one is his most assured. We'll figure out the tip jar. Well, we actually, I don't know how this works or whatnot, but I think I know it was Grandma, so I want to say shout out to Grandma. We ended up getting a $10 gift from Grandma through our YouTube channel.
Yep.
So maybe if you guys want a tip, maybe check that out.
Yeah, I think you can be a
much
super. We just started doing that, so we got to figure it out a little bit more. But yeah, Grandma figured it out. She knows more than we do.
Exactly. Yeah, right. The executive producer just said she'll be posting her Venmo account later. Send all tips through her.
They're saying Quigley just tweeted biggest daily double pool ever.
Wow. Yeah. Maybe someday we'll get credit, guys.
Yeah, someone will recognize. And now
this is what happens when we don't do a show for a week. Everybody comes back itching to scratch.
Yep.
How about this? Is this the best compliment?
Oh,
this whole show, and I'm not just talking me and Kieran. The whole show, the DTL crew, this Double Trouble live show. Cat ate my form. I only bet with you guys. Thank you so much, because that's what this show is all about. And you guys doesn't mean just Frank and Kieran. This means everybody. So we really appreciate you guys.
I was gonna retweet Quigley's thing and say no live show on Friday. Handle down. Live show today. Handle up 100%.
Well, let's wait and we'll do it strategically there. That is unbelievable.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
And we tried telling some of these other tracks like you got to have the higher price double for people to come back at.
That is the most important thing, Kieran, and that is something you figured out right away because we started doing Keeneland. We're like, this is great. We'll do shows built around Keeneland.
No, we left that pretty quickly with $1.
The CAWs have that figured out real quick because they don't have to fix their books in the late double at $5 a pop.
Nope.
When it's $1 a pop,
Cover
you can play. You can set the pick three market at $3 because it's not that expensive when you come back with only a $1 double. So that is brilliant, Kieran, and you're 100% right. And Oaklawn does it right, but they don't do it right at the same time.
No,
so, I don't know.
They just live off the casino money. They could do so much more, but they don't. And they're also working with an ADW that doesn't allow them on certain platforms. So they get what you get what you deserve. Look at this, pick six carryovers. Wow.
Pick six carryovers. No one is alive. Oh man, I wish I had more of an opinion on Alex in that previous race. Even though I had as an A, it's not my typical A. It was like my A with three other A's. It would be nice to have a nice double going to the horses who I think can beat me. And, that's pretty much everyone. I mean, actually, is there anyone who can't win this race? It's not so simple. I think the reason Kieran and I planted a flag is because it is difficult. And if it's not one of our horses, you can use 5 or 6 others, right?
Like we said, this race, 2 of 20, the favorites only won 2 out of 20 times. And 12 of 20 times, the horse was over 5-1. So this is a race that typically the 2's either going to win by a mile and we're going to have 3 out of 21, or it's going to be a price horse. But the scratches kind of messed up a lot of stuff in this. We had,
me, I don't usually. I'm sorry, say it again. Oh,
we had a couple of our long shots scratch out of here, like the Mizzen Queen. My single, Resolve got scratched out. Nothing wrong with the 2, but I used it, but I thought, is what I would say about this 8-5.
The 2 is a carbon copy of Resolve. Never wins. Always whatever. The 2 can win. Here's what I'm thinking though, Kieran, because I never do this.
Your 9 is getting a ton of money. Just came in.
Oh my God! I just went down to 7-2.
Huge win money, and this is the 9 is getting win money. Frank, 20,000 to win, 2,700 to place, 1,100 to show. This is win money.
You think that might be CAW money trying to fix their screw ups?
Probably, yes.
That's. I knew the horse wouldn't be 15-1 after the scratches. I knew the horse was going to come down. Let's say 10-1 in the morning. I expect that horse should be 5-1. 7-2 is a little exuberant.
Tied with the 10.
That's crazy.
Both horses are. there's a $1,000 more on the place money on the 10. I think the 10 slightly. It's going to be 2-10-9 on the betting, Frank.
In the, you mean the win pool?
Yes.
All right, let me see what Optics has. Karen, did someone just make like a $10,000 bet on the 9? Because the 9 was like 10-1 last I looked.
Yeah, I think it just was a big jump out of the blue. So someone bet money on the nose.
All right, so in the double, the imputed odds in the double on Optics has the 2 is the favorite at 2.26. Kieran, you're 10. 3.06. That is pretty strong.
Yes.
And then third choice is my horse, 6.8. No, third choice is the 7, 6.84. And then I'm 12.62. So in the double and the imputed odds, my horse is not really live compared to the money the horse is taking on the tote.
And I mean, I thought the 10 would be 4-1. He's 7-2. So my odds are correct, that I thought it would play out. I'm looking to see what I'm not going to give them. They don't respond to my email, so I won't say where I'm getting this info. Got to pay to play.
Exactly. Well, now you do, based on the numbers. Like, forget it. I'm done trying to convince people. This is going to be our. This is going to be our secret. That's not really a secret, but is a secret because some people are just too stubborn to realize the information that's in front of them. I mean, we love you guys so much for you guys all got the messaging right away. And from day one. So everyone who's in here has been loyal to us for a long time because you guys know what's up. The problem is we don't have tracks or other media outlets putting the word out.
No.
We have zero marketing. Everything we've built has been because of you guys and word of mouth. We should be the industry face for gambling, for horse playing, which is what this game is about for us.
Instead, we got another handicapping show. Do I still have that video on there? I'm trying to see if I still have it on.
That's all right. That's all right. Somebody hit the 10 hard, Charlie said. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about, Charlie.
And it's not really changed since then. It's just a battle between the 10's getting slightly more money, Frank. But the fact that you got so much money come in on your, Jaramillo.
Look at this. Larry, I did know. That's why I singled the horse. That is a McCarthy Reapley horse. And we've said, and we joke around because, Mike's a New Yorker. He's outspoken. He's going to say what's on his mind. A lot of times I disagree with him. Sometimes I agree with him. I respect the man. He's got a lot of skin in the game. He loves the game passionately. We said from the jump, I forget which horse it was. He had that nice Philly Sprinter last year. Thank you, Mike Reapley, for sending your horses to California. It's not a lot of horses, but it's a couple. And that means you support California racing. So we support you.
Yep.
Same thing with the Delphi. They sent gratefully out here. Not a lot of horses. But you know what? That's a sign of respect, and we appreciate that, and we will give that right back. So, yes, I did know it was a Reapley horse, and that's not the reason I picked the horse. That last race was just total toss-out. This horse is running in grade 1s and grade 2s in South America,
And look who's on, Jaramillo. Although this is the one trainer he's not been winning a whole lot for, but just a matter of time.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's 13% for a profit though. So they win.
I have 24% over the last year.
I'm
21
just
starts, 24%, 4.70 ROI.
Last 60 days, 15 races. They've won 2 for a
Can you go back farther? Can you go back the last year?
It just shows me the last 60 usually is what I look at. The current hot trend.
60. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
with
not,
this,
yeah, a little chilly, but they are 24% over the past year. But yes. I would like to have seen that recent number a little higher.
And I mean, my only negative on this one was I'm just not a fan of South American horses. That's just my quirk. If this was an Irish horse, I'd be all over it. I'm just not a fan of South American horses, period.
Pierre's not a fan of South American horses, but he is very much a fan of South American jockeys and South
Correct.
American racing
Yep.
fans. More specifically, those who live in Venezuela.
Yes.
We love the DTL Venezuelan crew. This is what I was going to ask before we went off on a tangent. So I'm glad that James White put this up. He's doing an exacta box 7 and 8. Kieran, and I tell you this sometimes when we talk about it, I probably need to play an exacta with my 9 underneath the logical horses, because if my horse runs second, which has happened too many times to count in the pay leg during the Santa Anita meet, I'm getting nothing.
Yep.
0
So-
for all my work. I mean, yes, I have the win bets, but
So the probables with the 9 underneath, Frank, 136 for the 1,
is this
16
for
for the,
$2
Yeah.
or $1?
for $1.
These are dollar pays? Okay.
136 for the 1, $16 for the 2 over the 9, 45, 6 over 9, 7 over 9, 39, 8 is 62, 10 is 31.
Not horrible. I don't know. If this were a tournament, I'd probably do it because, you know, I'd have to fire away to try and hit something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. LD, you're Larry the Hedgehog. The problem is my lowest pay is only 500. So, I mean, I'm not hedging to win that much if that double hits, but I'm also alive to 1,200 and 3,000. So when you add it all up, like, still, what am I going to do? I'm not going to spend. It's not going to be worth it to spend the money into playing an exacta enough times to make it worthwhile, right, Kieran? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
you
my
never
10
hedge.
on the 2-minute cutoff, Frank, the 10 took a crap load of win money. Like on that jump, we jumped up to 51,000. It's challenging the 2 for win money. The 10 is actually going to go favored, I think, Frank, because the money going on the 10 is win money. 51,000 to win, 6,000 to place, whereas the 2 is 61,013 to place. So a lot of the cutoff money flowed in on the 10.
Yeah, well, they had all that time to robot run to make their books look pretty because they must have gotten slaughtered.
You could do a $10 exacta, Frank, 10 over 9. It would cost you $10 and it pays $270.
I'm going to do 7, 10, 9, actually. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I don't care if the 2 wins. I don't care if your 10 wins. I'm going to bet win money on the 7 because I've liked the 7 before, and she owes me money. I got to get it in, though. They're going to the gate. 6-1. If the horse was cheap, less, I wouldn't do it. All right, we're in. We're at the gate. Good luck, everybody. I have win money on the 7, and then my lungs alive to the 9.
You made it through. The world now celebrates with you.
I was about to say, I think Frank had a heart attack. He won a big bet.
No, I was actually not going to come back on the show until it was official because I got screwed. I mean, I don't think there's anything, but I got so screwed last Sunday that I don't count my chickens before they hatch, man.
What happened at the start? They were saying there was. I didn't see what happened at the start.
I didn't either. Oh, I'm sure the 9 probably like the 9's mane touched the horse next to him, and they're going to take him down.
He was. I mean, he essentially went gate to wire. If there was any.
Through the first turn. They're going to take Reapley down. Nobody likes Mike.
All right, let's see. I don't know, Frank. The 6 pulled up, but I don't know what they would do there.
I mean, the 9 cut the corner, right?
Yep.
Oh, this is just like it, dude. I just can't. I can't even enjoy my moment. I got to sweat this nonsense. Oh, because the
10
came in a little. Yeah.
I don't think the 9 is any issue, Frank.
But Kieran, do they use the overhead view? They probably don't.
But we're seeing the overhead right now.
No, I know, but I don't. Do the stewards use the overhead? I think they use the pan and the head on. I don't know if they use the overhead.
I think they use everything.
There's nowhere for the 6 to go.
Yeah.
And he's trying to go through a hole that's not there. Well, I don't know.
I don't think anything's happening there, Frank.
Between my luck and how everybody in all the higher ups in racing don't like Mike, this person absolutely might come down.
Frank, you won it. I think you're sweating for no reason. So let's see. You're looking at on the double, right?
502, 3,000, and 1,200. I already know.
So, 5 Gs. You're looking at 5 Gs, Frank.
Yeah,
very nice day.
I know, Kieran. That's why I wrote it down. Let's see what the DTL crew thinks. Dan H., if you're watching, look,
10 is the one. Or
Steve-O.
The 6 calls his own issues.
Steve-O, would it be the first time that California was inhospitable to people who send horses out here? Your family knows.
I think if there's someone at fault, Frank, it's JJ on the 6.
Whatever happens, I don't care. Like, this is what the show is all about. Highs and lows, you sweat. I can't believe it's taking this long, honestly. Really? Like, why? Why? But anyway, how good is Jaramillo, dude?
Yep.
How good is Jaramillo?
Well, they're announcing the 9 like he won, Frank. So I think I couldn't see anything happening. No change is what I'm saying.
But how many times, like, the improbable happens? All right, Charlie, thanks for that. They use all the views, I guess, including the drones. Thank you. Everyone. Yeah, Terry, I love Terry so much because I'm usually a very positive person, but when it comes to horse racing, it's hard to stay positive all the time because we get the worst of it. They're still looking, Kieran. They're still looking.
That's no look. They pull the inquiry. Oh wait, no, they didn't.
Where is the 2 going to go? If anyone, it's the 10. The 2 is behind with no room to go.
I think the 6 caused his own issues.
Agreed. He was about to run up on heels. There was no, but what? Unless they're trying to figure out where to put the 10. But that's easy. You
That's
put the 10 behind
what,
the 6. No,
yeah,
you put the 10 behind the 6.
Did.
The horse isn't fouled.
Yep.
This is not good, dude. This is insane. Oh, James says the 6 clipped the heels with the 10. Okay, I didn't see it.
I don't think it involves the 9.
This is saying the photo was taken, so maybe it doesn't involve.
Yes.
6, 9 is okay.
Frank even announced it. So Rapoli and all that. I think you're just waiting for your payout. That's it.
It's not official until it's official. Hold all tickets. Hold all celebrations.
Yeah.
We have Vicapo is alive to everything to the 9. I mean, talk about a day that guy's going to have.
Well, all I know is the community bets are on you for the next month now. I don't have to carry the monkey anymore.
No problem, man. I got you. And unlike you, I will not be getting drunk and firing away at Charlestown, Mahoning Valley, Mountaineer.
I did not spend any of that money on it. It was just it's official.
Morfettville, Turfentine, Morfettville, the fake Ascot in Australia.
Yes.
All these tracks that Terry and I watch all night when we're just hanging out. We have it on in the background. And if anyone knows anything about Australia racing, please answer this question for me. How many tracks do they have there? I've been watching FanDuel nighttime Australia
disqualification.
Coverage. What?
They disqualified 6, JJ.
Oh God. Dude, don't do that to me.
No, the 6 got the DQ.
I know, but the way you said it.
Well, I was trying to say that it was a good thing. The 6 we thought caused all the issues.
All right. My bad.
And JJ.
Anyway, what I was trying to say is that I've been watching this for 3 years. Every night I see a different track in Australia. Like, did they just open up someone's farm and just say we're going to race here tomorrow? I don't understand. I mean, I think it's awesome. Don't get me wrong.
It's the same thing in Ireland. You know, they run little boutique meets every couple of weeks.
Like 3 days or 4 days, right? And then they go somewhere else.
To the next one.
But I mean, dude, Australia must have so many horses because there's like 10 or 8 tracks a night, 8 or 10 tracks a night all over. Like, I don't, anyway, it's good. All right, DTL Crew. This is it. This is what we do, man. This is it. I'm thrilled about the money. Absolutely
it's
thrilled.
Official, senor.
This is the other, Kieran, this is the other thing that a lot of people don't understand, especially the racetracks. When these, first of all, if you're just focusing on these bets, you're going to cash a lot more tickets, right?
Yes.
On this show, there's at least someone who has something going good. So you're going to cash more tickets, right? So that keeps you in the game a lot longer. And when you win, you're going to win more than you would in any other bet because of the low takeout, right? So you're going to churn. The more you win, the more you churn. And then the reward for us, we have an opportunity for a big score, just like the old days with the late pick 4.
Mm-hmm. $3 double or $3 pick 3, $3,000. $5 double, 502. What? 14?
I'm mad that I wasted $10 using your horse in the first leg of the all turf because my ticket was 36, became 48.
Yep. But how many times has one of our picks, you know?
No, dude, I'm kidding. But no, the point is, like, I had that kind of coverage on a $48 ticket because I had an opinion in the last race.
Yep.
I mean, that's it. Oh, Kurt Hoover hit it too, right? He probably hit it like 30 times. Oh, no, wait. He had the 7. Oh, sorry. My bad. Kidding. Let me tell you about that 7. The reason I ended up betting win money on the 7, I don't know if you remember this, Kieran, but that was the horse that I went on Chappie's show. during our show, I said, I'm not betting another horse. This is the key to the day. This is the easiest winner of the meet. This horse is a mortal lock, and he went off at even money, and I had him single to everything.
Oh, I
he was
remember that.
awful. He ran third. He was terrible. And then I was like, if this horse ends up beating me today, I'm going to like be sick. So that's why I bet the win money on the horse. But wow. What a day, guys.
I don't care. I'm coming in this year. Good job.
Oh,
buddy.
look, I got. Wow. Ooh. Lobster. Bon. Light the candles. Bon, bon.
We already know the win parlay probably paid really well. What do you think, Frank?
Yeah, we're going to stick around. We're going to look at the pools. We're going to do our analysis. Please stay if you want to listen along with us. We might even talk, if you guys stick around and want to talk Derby, we can do that too. But this is what we do. We analyze these pools. We track these pools. We look at the win parlays. Kieran is much better understanding the numbers and the influence of how the races play out, or how to maximize these bets with other low takeout bets, all that kind of stuff. So that's why we do it. And then we have a track exec telling us, did you guys know that when you did a Friday show at Del Mar, the late double was up 40%? What do you mean, do we know? Of course we know. That's why we do the show.
Do you know that Friday numbers were down the worst they ever been because we didn't do a show, and then today's numbers were up 100%?
Yeah. How does that happen? I don't know.
Well, all right, you ready to do the pick three, Frank?
We're going to start with the parlays.
Yes.
Okay, hold on one second.
I'm showing that it paid less, which is interesting, Frank.
Well, maybe everyone ran with Scatoni's picks today.
Yeah.
Now I'm starting to affect the win. I'm starting to affect the pool, man.
What's annoying is I had all of those winners too, just wrong tickets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course you did, Kieran. Good job, man. I'm teasing you. All right.
You can pull the numbers yourself now.
I will go back and look at I'll do some forensic accounting there. You probably spent $500 and the double paid $500, so you broke even today. All right, calculate $3 win parlay. Okay. Yep.
40-80.
Yep. 60.
1980.
6. What's 60 times 8? 48? 19 what? I'm sorry?
1980.
1980. What's 60 times 8?
480.
480 and okay, nightcap.
1140.
So 480 times 6. So 5 is like 3,000. Okay. What does it pay?
I came up
with
it.
4350. What'd you get?
I got 3453, and it ended up.
Yeah, mine might be wrong because I guesstimated. Let me do it again. I guesstimated.
So it paid $400 less. That's a rare thing.
No,
but, you know,
let me do it again. Let me do it again, Kieran, because mine wasn't right. Calculate a $3 win parlay with horses that paid. I'm sorry. What is it again?
4080.
4080, right?
Yes.
Okay, $40.80. Okay.
With 1980.
1980 and okay.
1140.
Let's see. These numbers might be too big here because the first time was way wrong. Okay, this is way more likely. I have 3,433, 452.
I had 3,453. So yes, it paid $400 less.
Well, I wonder if the scratches or anything had something to do with that. Oh,
that's right. The scratches. But
or you know what, dude? That was the Matrix right there. I gave it out on the Matrix. That's the Matrix factor and the DTL Crew factor.
I will say the $5 parlay, the double, Frank, paid 502, and my calculation said it should have paid 282. So
let me back that up because we quality controller. $5 win parlay with horses that paid what, 1980?
Yep, 1980 and 1140.
$282.15. Wow. So wow. How that's the value was there?
Yep, in the double. Yep.
You know what, Karen? That's why we said there was something wacky, because the CAWs their robot malfunctioned because their brain couldn't figure it out because it was wacky stuff going on.
But we did say when we were starting the late pick 3, Frank, that the sneaky money was coming into that one
on Alex
in the second leg who won. So that's why they had that more, if you know what I mean. So, and we said it on the show. We can go back. You know, we said of all the horses getting sneaky money, the one was the one getting it all.
No, you sniffed that out because you even asked me did you have the one? I said, yeah. So that is very interesting. Okay, so let's do the all turf. You have those?
Yep. 440.
440, yep.
With 4080.
$120, okay.
With 1140.
So 120 and 6. Should be like $700, I would think.
767. It paid, I think, what, 1,200? So you got paid 75% more. Yep, that's what I came up, 767, and you got what, 1,200, Frank, and change?
That's what I wrote down. I haven't even refreshed my account yet. I'll tell you in a second. I just want to see one thing. So when I posted my matrix, what was who won the first leg? What number in race 5?
Race 5 was the chalk number 2, Jimmy Wingfield.
Okay. So I just gave out a cold caveman 267, so that's a winner. And then in the middle leg, I had 1141. The 4 was the bomb, and the last leg 93. So I gave out a $54 matrix play for the all turf, which cost even less because the 3 scratched. So boom, right there, that's a winner. And then I don't think I had a pivot on this either because I had the 4 in the first leg, the 1 Alex, and then the 9. So that cost 72, but again, the 3 scratch cost even less.
Yep.
So what we're going to have to start to do, Kieran, is we're going to have to just start to we're going to have to find a benefactor, like, you know, the artist in the Italian Renaissance era would have a rich person, a benefactor for the show so that we can put the Matrix on lockdown, put your California Pick 4 plays on lockdown, put the show on lockdown, unless you're a member of the DTL. How about that?
Yeah, I think once we get over...
I'm kidding.
Well, we can do specialty shows. I think once we get over 1,000, we can start doing that, unlocking the account on Twitter.
Yes, DTL Crew member only shows.
Correct.
You know what? And that's a bummer because
like
the Derby would have been a perfect thing for that, right?
Yeah.
Only Derby content only for DTL Crew members. That would be, yeah. So I know you looked at the double and pick 3 pools. I like to look at all the pools because, you know, they say the CAWs are the future of the sport, right?
Oh,
so let's see how the pick 4 and pick 5 were doing. Maybe they were good. I don't know. Maybe it was just a great day to wager on Southern California racing. I have no idea why the double is 350,000.
They got knocked out in the pick 3. That's why.
Yes. See, this is why I said this is what Kieran's good at. You're right. You're absolutely
make it where
right.
it's a long shot and you boost all your pools. Putting it 1 to 5 lock of the day horse to start the pick 3 is not good race. Not good business for a track when your whole business plan is more handle.
You're right, because let's think about this, Karen, because you're absolutely onto something. If anyone ever consulted us on how to do this stuff,
they won't.
Start of the pick 5 is also the start of the all turf.
Yep.
It doesn't really matter how tough that race is, because look, the pick 5 is basically a war of attrition. You just need to be alive and have a couple of long shots, key separator plays on your ticket, and the start of the all turf. Yeah, you'd want a super competitive race in that, but it's not necessary, right? Although that means maybe they should start the all turf not on the same as the pick 5. But anyway, so that doesn't affect us. Then you come back with the pick 4. Well, back in the day, you wanted your toughest race to start the pick 4 because the pick 4 was the best bet.
And when you because you didn't care if you started off with a big price on the first leg, you were going to get paid. But then everything dropped to 50 cents. And even if you got 20-1 to start the pick 4, the robots had it 50 different ways to Sunday, and you got no value.
And let's say you weren't alive then. Well, then you come back with the late pick 3 and the double. So that was the key race back in the day. That's a dead race for us now. It's race 6. And it's nobody's playing. No offense to pick 4 players out there. If you guys can find value, great. We've moved on from that because the CAWs have ravaged that pool. So there you go. That's all. So now it used to be the late pick 4 should have the toughest race. Now the late pick 3 absolutely needs to be the toughest race on the card because people they love the pick 3. They're going to play it, right?
And this race that they put today, almost half of the time it was prices over 5-1 historically. And we saw it. We got a 20-1, 19-1 horse won. So
the pick 3 pool was excellent on its own merits, right? Because people love the late pick 3. So now you get a bomb. What happens? Everybody's out. You have to come back and play the double.
And the robots have to come back
and correct.
And they're going to bet even more with their rebates, but they got to bet more, which benefits us, and we get bigger pays.
And that's why,
paid 50% more today.
Okay, so
what was last year's number?
Yeah, hold on.
What was this year's pick 3?
I want to write this down because I'm going to tweet. I always like to tweet this out, and I don't want to have to look it up again after the show. So let's start with the late double, Kieran. This year, you have last year's teed up?
Yep.
Okay. This year, 358, 3-6. Now, if I was, someone at the racetrack, I would be doing this on my own.
Yep. But they don't.
They can even listen to our show. We're doing it for them. But it's not even on their radar. It's not even thinking this way. All right. So hold on. I just want to take a screenshot of something real quick. All right. So, and what was last year? I'm sorry.
Double. 163.
63. Okay. L pick 3 this year was 263. Okay.
244 last year.
See, people they love the pick 3, and that's it. That's why it's such a good bet. 250. What was it?
244 last year.
Do you have the chart? I would love to know if a heavy chalk won the first leg of the pick 3, and that's why the double was so bad.
Pick 3 last year was 10 races. Race 8. The chalk one. The chalk one.
So if Kieran, that proves your point right here, right now. Chalk wins. They come back. The late double is only 163,000 last year. Competitive race, a bomb wins. The late double, 358,000.
Yep.
These are trade secrets. I would say we shouldn't even discuss this on air, but we know there's no one at a racetrack.
They're not watching. They don't watch. They'll come into work on Tuesday and go,
they're already home. They left before the last race.
Yep.
You know what?
But hey, let's sponsor another handicapping show.
I'm not even saying this to brag about what we're doing, but how are we the only host and audience and our crew members looking at this stuff? This is day one, CEO crap. I mean, come on, this is absurd.
On Friday, Frank, when we did not do our normal Friday show, which is probably the first time in eons. The double was 146, and last year, I'll write it down so I can keep track of it. Last it was 146 and 232 for the double, and then
you're doing your spreadsheet. That's right. See, guys, we do a spreadsheet actually.
Oh, and I didn't put it in the spreadsheet. I didn't, but we track all this stuff, and
we also do the parlays too. But anyway, so I would like to look at the late pick 4, because maybe the late pick 4 was up a lot today too. But let's see. I have 382
for the late pick 4.
Correct. This year,
and last year. Oh wait, I was looking at Friday. I was just gonna. So this last year, Frank, the double was 169. This year it was 146. They were down 20,000. And the pick 3.
Oh, we must have had a terrible show on Friday.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we didn't do a show on Friday. DTL Crew wasn't around to juice your pools.
Let me see. So last year for the pick 4. Oh, wrong day. Sorry. Went to the wrong day. Last year was the 27th.
The show's over, guys. If you guys want to leave, you don't have to listen to us do our post.
So last year, Frank, the pick 4 was 536,000
on Sunday, the same Sunday, right?
Yes, the 27th last year.
What was it?
536,000.
382 down. Good job, CAWs.
Pick 5.
Hold on, pick 5 was 6. That's pretty good for them. 648.
It was 833 last year.
833. So let me just understand this. In the multi-race sequences that were paid off in the 9th race, 2 of the pools were up. The late double and the late pick 3, correct?
Correct.
2 of the pools were down. The late pick 4 and late pick 5, right?
Correct.
Okay.
What was the all turf this year? Do you have that number?
I can tell you in a second. Give me 1 second. Pool all turf. Wow, much higher than I would expect. I wish we could get a handle on, like, some days it's lower and some, I don't know, 130K.
Last year it was 121, Frank. So we grew all 3 pools today.
121. But isn't that funny? Like, the all turf was, I would say that was pretty good for last year. So a lot of times we look and it was like 57,000.
Yep.
So we're going to have to try and figure out, and I think you have the best first step. You need to link it. You need to link the $3 all turf with the start of a $5 late double in the next leg, and keep them all linked together, because we see that the late pick 3 and the late double.
We've been saying that, but no one wants to listen.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It'll be our little secret. DTL Crew cannot thank you guys. Here, this is funny. This infuriates me, because Oaklawn Park has such a good product. It is such a great gambling product. It was 62,000.
Yeah.
What, Steve-O? You know what? That's, if you want to, we've tried. Believe me, we've talked until we're blue in the face. Part of the problem, and Kieran can speak to this more intelligently, is that they're a racino, and they don't care about handle at all.
Nope. Right?
Because
do not care.
They don't care. And the other thing is, we just found this out ourselves. Apparently, Churchill Downs like hijacks their the ability to bet Oaklawn on certain platforms. So that would tell you another reason why they're down. And again, they don't care. So I don't know. There's nothing we would like more than to do a weekly Oaklawn Park late pick 3 $5 late double show with Steve-O. But I mean, it's still good value for the players. But if they don't care, why should we care? You know, why should we do a show? You still play it. Absolutely play it. You know what, Charlie? Thank you for bringing this up. Actually, Kieran, there's Racing Thursday.
Yeah, I just looked.
Yeah, at Santa Anita, because they want all that Thurby Thurby eyeballs. We're gonna have an executive meeting after the show, and we'll figure it all out. But thank you for the reminder. What is this?
Because remember, late start time for the Kentucky Derby because Churchill's running their races till like 9 o'clock at night. So Santa Anita on Friday starts at 3:15. The first race, Frank. Last race is at 6:45 on Friday.
But that might be good because people are home from work, right? And the DTL crew can, we can really be focused. So we'll talk about all that stuff, and
only
we will put up a schedule. I think that was a great suggestion. Go ahead. What'd you say?
I was going to say the all turf starts in race 3
for Santa Anita.
Yeah. Then race 4 is one of those baby races. That's that season again, the 4.5 furlongs. Race 5. Is it an
8 race card or a 9 race card?
8 races only. But the field sizes, race 8, 13 with 3 on the AE. Race 7, 10. Race 6, 12. 2 on the AE. So full fields for the late pick 3. There'll be no all turf for us.
Yeah, well, it's not like we're going to do Churchill content anyway, so we can do whatever we want for Santa Anita. It's just whether or not we want to do a show. Not that we don't want to do a show. It's just, it's going to be a long week, right? Because we're going to be live on Saturday regardless. And we might even break our own rules and go off-brand and just fire away at everything. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. That's probably what's going to happen.
And we also Friday too, right, Kieran? Because it's Oaks.
Yes.
I mean,
yep.
This is the one weekend out of the year where Kieran and I won't stand on principle, just because the pool sizes are so good and the racing is so good that there's an opportunity to make money even with the unfair rules.
Yeah, and I mean, I know you guys want an actual gambling show versus another handicapping show for these things. There's 9,000 of them for the Derby.
Come gamble with us
live and see what happens.
This is actually a good point, Chris, and I appreciate it because this is what Kieran was trying to message the whole show. I know you guys focused a lot on the daily double and pick 3. So Chris bombed on the double. But there have been multiple times on the show where one of us has a strong play on a horse and I pounded a win bet to save the day that I might not bet. And that's exactly what Kieran was trying to promote. We have some things cooking that might allow us to do more types of wagers during the show. But regardless, if I didn't bet win money on that 4, right, and the 9 doesn't win the last, I am sour. I am completely sour because I don't walk away with anything, right? So yep. I thank Kieran for mentioning the win strategy. I like it. So before the next show, we'll have a little production meeting and we'll come up with a little plan on how we want to do that, right? So we'll put our brains together and we'll have an idea of which horses we want to bet in the DTL parlay for races 7 through 9. So yeah, thank you. And you know what? That's also that's a compliment, Chris. I appreciate that you trust us enough to hop on one of our horses and bet win money on the horse. So that means a lot. I think that's it, right? If anyone else has any questions, stick around. You know where to follow us. Congrats to everybody who won. I think it was a pretty good show all around. Community bets on me next time. And
should I play the Jaramillo song? Seeing as he won you all your money today?
Why not?
All right.
From the tracks of Venezuela, where the legends are made, and Michel Jaramillo came storming through the gate. 13 times the champion, over 4,000 wins. Now we're lighting up Santa Anita, letting the fast one spin. Silk flash in the sunlight, and steady and bold. This Venezuelan warrior turns thunder into gold. Whoa, Jaramillo, riding like the devil's on his stairs.
I love that so much, dude. Huron, we said this. I forget which horse it was. We both had is that Marion Cross horse?
Yes.
That me, you, Steve-O had. Any other jock would have gotten beat. I don't know how this guy knows exactly how to ration a horse's energy and get the most out of the horse. I thought for sure I was going to get run down in the lane today. I thought for sure.
But even to start,
you can't pass the guy.
But even to start the all turf, the 7. I mean, he almost got that horse to win with all the issues it had.
Oh, any other jock, that horse might get pulled up because he was rank, head turning, uncomfortable. How that horse finished second is a testament to him. Unbelievable, Jaramillo. I give credit when credit's due. Kieran was on him from the rip. Okay, he didn't know how to pronounce his name, but, not a lot of people know how to pronounce Kieran either, so it's a wash. But, hey, G, this was G's first time watching the show. We thank you. Soaking it all. Keep going.
Yep.
He doesn't want it to end. Well, like and subscribe, spread the word. We have built a community. And if we don't build it anymore, who cares? I love where we're at, where the show's at. Everyone in the chat, in the community watching, contributes so much to what we're doing. And Kieran, it actually feels good to be a horse player again.
Yep. The advantage is to us, you know what I mean? We're getting paid more than we should. And we don't care if the robots come in. We're taking money from them, which is what it's all about. Let them juice the pools.
That's great. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything else, and I'll let you take us away. No. Any final thoughts, Kieran?
Just me. No soup for me. No soup for me today. But Frank gets the win.
But here's the thing, actually. I know I was teasing you when you said you had all the horses, but not in the right combos. Maybe we should go back after the show, not now, and look at your tickets and see if there's anything you may have done differently. Because you had all the winners.
I did, but I mean, the scratches kind of messed up my tickets. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't have anything that I could land on, as a single. So,
all right,
and it would have been too expensive to spread the other way. It is what it is. I probably should have had the double better, but we can go back. The fact that we did have a kind of on another ticket. Everything was the other ticket, but it happens,
Oh, but wait, you had the double, right?
No, I did not.
Oh, I thought, okay. Yeah. Oh, right. Because Alex took all the sneaky money. So it wasn't original.
I didn't spend the extra $5, adding him. I had one with 10-2. I didn't have one with 10-2-9. So, that kind of thing. And I had 12-5-6 with 6-8-9. I had it on the wrong tickets. Same with the pick 3, the altar, but it happens, At least the handicapping's there, which is half the battle. Sometimes you just need a little racing look. If I bombed in every race, I'd be going, dang it. My issue was I put the horses in the wrong combinations. I mean, I didn't have a conviction like you did. Like you were all about the 4, you were all about the 9, and you were able to hammer them that way.
But that, the way we structure our tickets, right, where we weigh certain horses more than others, I mean, that's going to happen, right? Because you're going to have and here's the thing. I think I actually got very lucky today, not with the scratches, but because those first 2 races in the late pick 3 were so competitive that I spread, and single to my 9. If I had strong opinions in either one of those races, I might have only gone 2 deep.
Oh yeah.
Or you know what I mean? Or I would have done like 3 or 4 different bets instead of the bet, and I would have been in the same situation as you.
Well, so this was my $108 ticket, Frank. I had to make it. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. I was looking for my alt here. I had to make a decision. I was already spending $144. I just left off the 4. I left it off the middle leg because I had to be tight somehow, and I had the 9 in the last leg. So that was where the middle leg is what I had to make a choice, and I was like, I got to toss the 30-1 horse.
Here's what I think. Just looking at this, my takeaway from this is, yes, 144. It's a little expensive, but on other and I'm not saying you did anything wrong because we talk about playing these bets together. You handicapped your bets today because on some of the other tickets later you singled the 10. So what you may have been able to do was come back and go tight in the first leg with your top pick, spread in the middle, single to the 10, and then come back and go spread first leg, tight in the middle, and single your 10.
Which is what I did, but I probably could have done that, but the scratches kind of messed things up. But it happens, you know.
Wait, so let me look at this again. So the 2 won the first leg of the all turf, right?
And that was my last choice, you know.
Right.
That was the
who won the middle? Who was it?
That was the 4.
Oh, that was my bomb, right?
Yes, but I had it on another ticket, you know. This was my other ticket. You see here? Oh, wait.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean that's what we.
But that's what it is. Usually I do multiple tickets in the all turf, but and I think I even texted you where I said, I'm not going to spend as much and do as many tickets on the all turf because it just wasn't paying as much and focus the attention on the pick 3. It cost me today by not, usually I have 2 or 3 all turf picks, you know, bets. I just cavemanned it today.
Well, yeah, because
I may not have had it.
You had two top horses who scratched.
Yes.
And I said that at the top of the hour. When that happens, you usually you're probably better off just saving your money.
Yes.
And it ended up screwing you today because Resolve was your key horse in the last, and you had that little Raymond horse. You know, I just want to see one more 7, 10, 1, 2, 2, 1, 7. Yeah. So if Resolve was in the last race and little Raymond was in, you probably would have had 5 or 6 different tickets.
Yes. And I mean,
my those horses in various combinations because that's how we typically play. But because of those scratches, you didn't have a strong opinion, so you cavemanned it.
Yeah, and I mean, even your horse, you know, that won, Frank, that was my long shot ticket. My long shot ticket had 6 horses, and your horse was the last one, you know. The 4 on my long shot ticket, like that was the one all the way at the end. So that's why if I had unlimited bankroll, yes, but I didn't, and I had to make a choice. Simple as that.
Yeah, so no, I see you have the oh, right. Starting the pick 3, you started with the 4, right? And look, so you went from having Resolve as your key play of the day, and look at that the last leg on that 10-2-6-9.
Yep.
You went from having a strong opinion to having no opinion.
Yep.
So you kind of shoehorned it and bet, but we do this because we do it. We're going to bet on the show no matter what. But I think the takeaway here is, if you were just playing from home, maybe just say, you know what, I'll play something for a little bit because your whole day is ruined now. Little Raymond and Resolve, top picks, both scratched. And then you're like, now what do I do? Well, I guess I like the 10 now. You know what I mean? Like these are good lessons for us to learn, good takeaways for everybody going forward. Let me find a nice comment. Just because. Oh, someone wants to. You want to talk Derby a little bit? Just if anyone's still listening.
My belly's grumbling. I got to go make food.
All right.
I'm not going out to dinner like some people.
You know what? I want to give Karen a major props because if this was about 4 months ago, this show would have been over an hour ago because he would have been so pissed off that I won and he didn't. That's it. Then everybody has to suffer.
Out of here.
Karen, I appreciate it really, and you're a win. You know, I make even more money because I bet the 4 to win because that's all you did. You kept talking about it. So anyway, Kieran, take us out. Thank you, DTL Crew. We'll post a schedule. We'll do something.
Yeah,
we love you guys and gals.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. We gotta grow those numbers, everyone. Well, congratulations again, Frank. Nice hit. You were due for the big one. You were due a big one. It's been a while.
Yeah, long time.
That'll take you through Del Mar now. People don't realize that's what we talk about. Those are the scores that you can churn, but you got the money to churn now for a while and a chance to make another big score on the house's money. That's why we love these bets.
And, well, you know what? With all that extra money, maybe we could just start playing Kurt Hoover's bets. We start piggybacking him. What do you think?
Larry will tell us who it is.
I'm just kidding.
All right. Thanks for watching.
I love you guys.
Need a wallet already on life support. They hit me with that low takeout, now I'm feeling kinda sport. 15%, bro, that's basically free money. I'm about to turn $11 into a yacht by Monday. Low takeout best, cha-ching. Double trouble, I'm doing this thing, my pocket's doing the running, man. Low takeout best, what? Bookies crying in the can. Low takeout best, baby, 3 straight lawns. If this thing hits, I'm buying the whole damn barn. Grass to grass to grass, no dirt in my life. I'm so all turf, I might start photosynthesize. Santa Anita, low takeout got me acting unwise. Told my wife, babe, I'm rich, now she want alimony twice. Double trouble on the mic, we causing the scene. Low takeout, let's all turf and retirement dream. If we hit this pick 3, tell the valet keep the change. We're reading lobster tonight on a $12 range. Boom!
Thank you, Santa Anita. Good night.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to like and subscribe to Double Trouble Live on YouTube. Get out, get up, get paid.